Counterplay inside, picking his way back to the 10, to the 5.
It's time for high school sports, right here on your home for local sports, the NCWLIFE Channel. Today's broadcast is brought to you by August Edge Real Estate, Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, Confluence Health, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, Doghouse Motorsports, Global Car Care, the Highlander Golf Course and Grill, JDSA Law, Laura Mounter Real Estate, Les Schwab Tires, One Way Construction, Pat Armstrong Ford Lincoln, Save Mart, Sangster Motors, Wenatchee Power Sports, Earthwise Pet, and Chelan Douglas Casa. And now let's get ready for high school sports. It starts now on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE Channel.
Good evening and welcome to Cashmere High School. Along with Grant Olson, I'm Eric Granstrom on the NCWLIFE Channel as we bring you the 28th version of the Pear Bowl. It's celebrating its 30th anniversary, but there was a couple of years where they didn't play. But the domination has been by Cashmere until last year. Fall of 2019, Cascade came away with a 33-28 victory. In fact, Grant, these games have been pretty close since 2012.
Oh, boy, they've all been, within 3 or 4 points of each other. And this is such a big game in this Upper Valley. It's bragging rights of football up here. So it's kind of an electric atmosphere, kind of like the Bridge of Sportsmanship game. You can kind of tell.
Well, and speaking of electric, we're going to have fans here tonight.
That's awesome.
For the first time.
Yeah.
Thank gosh, we're to phase 3 finally. And we're going to have about 350 fans join us. We're going to have the band. The cheerleaders are going to be here.
It's going to be almost like normal, Eric.
Almost like normal, although the Pear Bowl, kind of like what we did last week with Eastmont and Wenatchee, really brings the crowd. So not all of them are here, but at least they're going to make some noise for us.
Absolutely. It's just great to have the fan atmosphere back, and the cheerleaders and the band.
So the Cascade Kodiaks are looking to take 2 in a row for the first time since 2000 in this series. It has been Cashmere 18-9 wins for the Kodiaks, but I'll tell you what, it all comes down to the Cascade quarterback, Cole Warnica,
who we have been talking about a lot just watching him warm up, Eric. This kid is good size, 6'3", 215 pounds. He looks bigger than that even when he's out here warming up, and he can throw that football. I am really excited to watch him. The difference is not as many weapons as he had back in 2019, so what's he going to do with the weapons he has this year?
Well, we're going to speak to Cole. We're going to speak to his running back as well, Cody Enlow, coming up on the pregame show. We'll talk to Dominic Coffin, the head coach for Cascade, in the unique position of being a person who played for Cascade back in the day. So he knows all about this rivalry between the Kodiaks and the Bulldogs. Speaking of Cashmere, we'll also visit with Braden Weatherman. He is a two-way guy for them. You'll see him running the football a little bit. You'll see him more playing in the defensive backfield. And then, of course, their head coach, Brian Bremer, who came to realize what this rivalry means in year 2, losing that in 2019.
Absolutely. You learn real quick from the home crowd when you lose that game, no doubt.
Now, meanwhile, we talk about quarterbacks. This is a night of quarterback matchups. Sam Phillips is the do-everything man for the Cashmere Bulldogs.
And, Eric, he's no little quarterback either. 6'2", 205 pounds, 2 big quarterbacks tonight. And it's his brother, Nate Phillips, also is going to be a big part of this offense tonight. So many people think it's going to be a ground game, but it might be through the air tonight.
It could be. And, by the way, over 4,000 yards passing in his career for Sam Phillips.
Wow.
He's got over 70 touchdowns rushing and passing. So, yeah, we're going to see some fun tonight. And I'll tell you, there's going to be some hitting going on, too.
Oh, yes.
It's Cashmere, it's Cascade, it's the Pear Bowl. And we're live with the pregame show on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Doghouse Motorsports just won Best Motorsports Store for the 7th year in a row. Is it the great facility? Is it the fantastic products? Or is it?
I'm Bobby.
And I'm Tabor.
I'm Mike. And I'm Glenn.
Hi, I'm Todd.
I'm Jeff.
And this is the Doghouse Service Team.
Hi, I'm Dee.
And I'm Dwayne.
And I'm Kathy.
Come on in and experience the Doghouse.
Are you in the Doghouse?
Pre-game show continues here on the NCWLIFE Channel, getting ready for the Pear Bowl and talking with Cody Enlow now, who's a two-way guy for Cascade. Not unusual for these smaller schools to have guys that go both ways. So let's start with the stoppage. How hard was that for you?
It was pretty difficult, not knowing when we were going to get to play, if we were going to get to play. It was hard to stay motivated, but I kept myself in the weight room and running throughout it, so I feel pretty good.
So we're 3 going on 4 weeks into the season since you guys were able to put the pads back on. Is it back to normal, or where are you guys?
I'd say it's back to normal, just in the groove, getting with it, hitting hard. Practice is fun, keeping the energy up.
How you doing for numbers? I know that it was tough, you guys being upperclassmen, you got to try to keep everybody intact and still coming out and things like that. Do you have everybody out that you should?
Yeah, we got the guys who are ready to go. We got the people out there who want to be there, and that's what's important.
So let's talk about the season so far, 1-1. How do you set goals, first of all, going into a season is only 5 weeks long?
We're just out there, we're just excited to be here, right? We didn't know it was going to happen, so we come out every week like it could be our last. We're ready to fight.
So with that, you still are with the region and the health region and all that. You're still part of the Caribou Trail League. You still have a chance to win that league title, right?
Yeah, we're always in the hunt. We're right there, and this week is more important than any other. We're ready to go.
Now, those guys down the river from you, they are not happy that you guys took that trophy away last year. So let's talk about the Pear Bowl. And is this a normal week for you guys? It's a rivalry game. It's everything on the line, or is it like what you said? We're just happy to be playing.
Nothing's normal about this week. There's more energy, there's more excitement. We're ready to just go tear heads. We're ready to go.
Okay, what's going to be key for you guys, do you think, to be able to come out on top?
We're just going to have to make plays on offense and hold them on defense. Go out there and play hard.
All right, so what's the future for you after high school? What do you want to do?
I'm looking at some schools to go keep playing sports, and then I'm looking into possibly engineering or biology for college degrees.
So 15 weeks of sports this spring. It's all weird. We're going back to spring sports next, and then winter sports. Are we going to see you playing other events?
Oh yeah, I'm going to be playing baseball, and then later in the year, we're going to play some basketball.
All right, sounds good. Well, thanks for taking the time. Best of luck. Stay healthy.
Thank you.
You bet. Cody Enlow joining us here on the pregame show. We'll come back and talk with the guy who's the signal caller for the Kodiaks. Coming up as our pregame show continues, getting ready for the Pear Bowl on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Hi, I'm Shauna Larson. I'm the designated broker here at Laura Mounter Real Estate. We are a locally owned firm, and we've worked hard to earn our reputation of always doing business the right way. Laura Mounter Real Estate is continually investing in the best technologies and highest quality marketing. For these reasons, our community has voted us the world's best real estate office for the past 5 years. If you have real estate needs, let a Laura Mounter Real Estate agent show you the difference.
Make being home fun again. Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa has just what you need to bring fun back into your backyard. We have a wide selection of artesian spas and swim spas, new and used to choose from. We are happy to announce we are now selling Rainbow Kids play structures with 50 models to choose from. To help finish off your entertainment area, we have patio furniture and Komodo Joe grills. At Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, we have just what you need to bring family fun and entertainment to your backyard. Stop by today.
Pre-game show continues prior to this matchup of the Pear Bowl between the Cascade Kodiaks and the Cashmere Bulldogs. Now I'm talking with the man who's behind center, the quarterback for the Kodiaks. We've got Cole Warnica joining us now. Cole, I talked to your teammate about how hard this was as a senior, trying to keep everybody together when you don't know the answers of when you're going to play. How hard was that?
Yeah, that was really hard, just making sure everyone stayed checked in, even though there's no guarantees we were going to have a season. Luckily enough, I think me and my group of friends, we always love to play sports regardless of if it's through school or not. So we were playing basketball here, and I think that's how we stayed in shape mostly, just because we loved the game.
So you were a big part of that game last year. Well, 2 years ago, 2019 now. It's weird. It's all weird. But you guys took the Pear Bowl away. It was the first time since 2014 that you guys were able to get that back. So was that a fluke? Was it, a matter of you guys are that good or what?
We're definitely that good. It's not a fluke. you know, we've had the feeling of them taking it every year for a while now, just that 2014 year. So now that it's here, we want to keep it here, and I'm just going to keep running with my head down and keep working because it wasn't a fluke. We worked hard, and I think we worked hard for this one, so we're going to go in and try and get a win.
Of course, you're seeing this on Friday night before the game. We actually pulled him out of you got a test you're supposed to be taking right now?
Yep, chemistry midterm. So.
Chemistry, okay. Yeah. So what's the proper concoction chemistry-wise for you guys to come up with a win?
Yeah, just our defense is always there. Just get playmakers the ball. Cody Enlow is going to have a big game. You know, I just got to take care of the ball. Turnovers are going to be a big part of this game. I think the team who wins the turnover battle probably going to win the game.
Oh, and here I thought he was going to use Calvin and a formula or something like that and talk about need to have it 102 Fahrenheit or something along those lines. So what's your plans after high school?
Yeah, I'm going to be attending the University of Montana Western. I'm going to be playing football up there in Dillon, Montana, and going to go into education, get a bachelor's degree in education.
How hard was that, considering that most of the colleges take a look at guys in the fall to determine, you know, whether they're going to offer or not and things? Was that something already taken care of before this whole COVID thing for you?
Well, especially in my circumstance, I kind of needed a senior year to showcase, you know, how I've improved. I haven't had a lot of options, at least college-wise, you know, through my sophomore and junior showing. So, you know, I really needed my senior year, but luckily, with the tape I had, at least I got a couple teams' interest. And as soon as I got the opportunity to play after high school, I took it because getting the feeling of having my senior year almost be taken away, there's no question how much I love the game. And so as soon as they gave me the opportunity, I was like, where do I sign?
Yeah. Well, Cole, best of luck tonight. Stay healthy.
Thank you.
You bet. Cole Warnicka joining us here on the pregame show. We'll come back and talk to the head coach, Dominic Coffin, as we continue with the pregame show right after this.
By working together as a community, we can all play a part in promoting children's well-being and strengthening families. April is National Child Abuse Prevention Month. Chelan Douglas CASA is dedicated to supporting families and reducing the risk of child abuse and neglect. Join us in our community-wide pinwheel project and help keep kids safe. If you suspect a child is being abused or neglected, please call 1-866-363-4276.
Highlander Golf Course is proud to announce their 2 new state-of-the-art full-swing golf simulators with over 80 courses of virtual golf to choose from year-round. Or try their Laser Shot simulated firearm program, or gaming with football, basketball, and much more. Enjoy Highlander food and drink service from their full-service bar and grill in the comfort of their simulator room. Call the Highlander Pro Shop to book your time at 884-4653. That's 884-4653.
Well, it's the annual Pear Bowl, and, you know, honestly, I don't know how long this Pear Bowl part of the rivalry's been going on. It's a long time, decades at least. Dominic Coffin joining us now, who has both played for the Pear Bowl and now coaching the Pear Bowl, which you guys won last year. How does that feel to get that wrestled away from that team down the valley?
It felt really good. It's been obviously a long time. I think it was 20 years since we won on our home field, and it's been since 2014, winning it overall. So it felt really good to get it back up where it belongs.
I talked to your boys about how tough it was as a coach to try to keep everybody motivated. And, you know, I know just as a parent and as an adult, we didn't have the answers, but we had to try to kind of make it up as we went. How hard was that?
Yeah, it was really tough. You know, kids who have a big passion for the game and trying to get them to, you know, stay motivated and keep working hard. And I think I sent 3 different dates to the kids of, you know, hey, we're going to start now. And so it kind of got discouraging there at the end, but the kids did a good job of staying motivated and be ready for when the season started.
We talked about the creativity of trying to work out and things. I mean, up until a week ago, you guys still had snow on your football field. So how has practice been?
It's been good. That's one thing so many people tell us, hey, you know, I feel really bad for your kids as we drive by and you guys are practicing on the snow and it's raining. But we have a good group of seniors and they've brought the energy every day. They're excited to be there. And I think that's what happens when you think, you know, you're not going to have a season, is when you get it, you really are thankful for it.
16 months without football is a long time, that's for sure. And I can't even imagine being a high school senior waiting and waiting and waiting. So is this back to normal? You've got Cashmere this week, rivalry week. How's the week been?
It's been a really good week. I say things are back to normal. I mean, we keep our distance as much as we can to make sure we're not going to have any kids that need to sit out. But we're back to it. You know, Cashmere week we always really push to turn it up to the next level, and that's something we've done a good job of this week.
What is the mantra for you going into this game? Ball protection? Is it playing our game, not getting into the extracurricular, maybe after the whistle type of things that sometimes happens in these rivalries?
Yeah, in a rivalry game, it's always different. I mean, it's every year. It doesn't matter what records are; those are thrown out the window. I mean, it's Cashmere versus Cascade. It's always going to be a battle, and for us, it's really controlling the ball and making sure we take care of it, and winning the turnover battle will be huge.
So we talked to two guys that I know you're leaning on to play well for you. What else needs to happen for you in order to win this game?
Our defense is going to have to show up. I mean, they have a very big offensive line, so our D-line is going to really have to stay low. DBs are going to have to play smart as their quarterback's really good. And then offensively, it's just making sure we can consistently move the ball, making sure we're not going 3 and out. I mean, that's where you kind of lose your momentum, so really keeping drives going.
I thought I heard this echo up the valley of keep your butt down all week long. Now I know where it was coming from. Well, Dom, best of luck tonight. Keep everybody healthy.
Thank you so much.
You bet. Dominic Coffin joining us here on the pregame show. We'll come back and talk to the Cashmere folks about how they see this matchup coming up as we get ready for the Pear Bowl here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
JDSA Law is a proud sponsor of these local sports broadcasts. They've been serving North Central and Eastern Washington since 1946. For over 70 years, their team of dedicated professionals has delivered quality, innovative legal services. JDSA Law partners with you to provide the finest legal advice and support as you navigate your personal and business challenges, risks, and accomplishments. At JDSA Law, they salute our local athletes and wish them well on another excellent season of competition.
Come on, I'm a certified technician. I was trained to take good care of you.
9. I've only been to the dealer.
I've been coming here for years. These guys are great.
Look around. The BMW, the Jag, the Volvo, they're all waiting for regular service. Well, the BMW has a little computer issue, but that's nothing we can't handle. Come on in.
From regular maintenance to computer troubleshooting, trust the Global Car Care technicians with your import, diesel-powered, or domestic vehicle. Global Car Care. They speak your car's language.
Dankeschön.
Pre-game show continues here on the NCWLIFE Channel as we get ready for the Pear Bowl between the Cashmere Bulldogs and the Cascade Kodiaks. We've talked to the Cascade folks about their version of it. Now let's talk to number 4 here, Braden Weatherman, who is a two-way guy for Cashmere. Tell me about which positions you play on offense and defense.
So I'm our middle linebacker, and I've been starting there since sophomore year. And then for offense, I play wide receiver, which this is a new position to me this year. So
what got you to get on the other side of the ball as well? Just the need for somebody over there?
Yeah, I mean that's what it really was. We have plenty of seniors, but we do need players that can play, and I've never really played there before, but you got to fill the spot.
How's that adjustment been for you? You know, I noticed you started out on defense, so you obviously have you like defense better than offense.
Personally, it's been rough for me. It's a whole new position that I got to learn, and I'm struggling a little bit, but I'm getting the hang of it.
Okay. Let's talk about this, the 16 months off with no football and how that was for you guys and as a upperclassman trying to get everybody stayed motivated when you just don't have any answers of if you're going to play.
That's seriously a task today. Even at practice, you're still trying to find that motivation, and it's hard, especially taking that time off. You lose that desire to want to go out and play, and it doesn't even feel real right now just playing at the moment. It's just hard to kind of grasp onto it, so yeah.
Well, nothing like the week of Cascade to get you kind of focused in, right?
Oh yeah, that's firing us up. We want that Pear Trophy back, so having that back means a lot to our school.
I know tradition runs real deep for both of these programs, especially for Cashmere, and you guys had dominated that series for so long, and then you lose that. Was that something that is shocking? Is it, oh boy, that's a wake-up call for you guys?
It really was. I mean, last year we have the same team. We were pretty good, and we just did not perform that day. So losing that trophy, it does really mentally affect you. It just makes you kind of angry inside about it.
So let's talk about what you think. You've had a chance to watch film. You know what you're expecting on Friday night against these guys. So what's it going to take for you guys to come up with a dub and get that trophy back?
We really have to play our best. If we don't show up, I mean, it could be like last year again, where same thing happens and we end up losing. So if we show up, we'll for sure dominate this game.
You guys came close last week. I mean, within a couple of seconds of being able to take care of business there.
Yeah.
Does that give you confidence, though, that even though things were, didn't go your way in the end, you still were right there with a chance?
It really does. I mean, it motivates you because you lose a game and you don't want to lose another one. You want to win that next game. So it does motivate you to play your best.
So goals. How do you set goals in a season that's only 5 weeks and 5 games?
It is kind of hard. You don't really have a playoff, so but you're looking for a league title, and that's what our team's looking for. So that's one of our goals that we're looking for.
Okay, so they want that trophy back. They want the league title back. Braden, thanks for taking the time.
Thank you.
You bet. Braden Weatherman joining us here on the pregame show. We'll come back and talk to head coach for the Cashmere Bulldogs, Brian Bremer, when we return right after this.
The world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate, available in the GMC Sierra.
At Earthwise Pet, we take an all-natural approach to wellness and nutrition. Our professional certified groomers were trained by the best in the Pacific Northwest. Our staff here at Earthwise Pet are all certified in pet nutrition. We are here to help you select the perfect food, supplement, and anything else you may need to make sure your pet is living its best and most healthy life. Earthwise Pet, Nutrition Center and Wellness Spa. Online or in the store, we are here for you.
Pre-game show continues as we get ready for the Pear Bowl here in Cashmere tonight. Now talking with head coach of the Bulldogs, Brian Bremer, now in his 3rd season coaching. And does it feel like your program, even though it's weird and we've been disjointed and 16 months away from football?
Absolutely, it does. I've tried to take it over from year one, but it's just baby steps and honor and tradition, everything like that. And I think I've done a decent job of that, and I'm just excited to keep going and excited for 20 more years.
I know you're a big motivator guy. You like to make, have fun and practice and things like that. How do you keep kids motivated when there's no calendar date that says this is when we're going to play?
Hope. You just continue to give the kids hope, and that's what I tried to do as best I could over quarantine through COVID, is just give these kids hope. Whether that's going to be hope in a football season, a basketball season, a baseball season, hope in a collegiate season, whatever it is. But hope motivates and drives a lot of kids and drives myself as well.
I know that they couldn't have access to the weight room and all of those things that just were stacked in your way, I guess. Mm-hmm. So you overcome that. You finally get a chance. This is week 4 of having the pads on and kind of getting back to normal. Mm-hmm. So with Cascade in your sights this week, does it feel somewhat normal?
Yeah, I think it's starting to get that way. I guess for me, normal would be seeing each class every single day and not every other day. Yeah. But it's getting there, and I think it'll feel a little bit more normal when we have 400 people here instead of you have 60 people in the stands, rest people on the field. So I think that'll feel a little bit normal. We got a little bit of a taste of what normal was like last week against a really good football team in Moses Lake, and there's 60 people in the stands, but they had the band over the music speakers, and it was like high energy. I mean, that felt normal to me, even with really nobody in the stands. So I think we're slowly getting there.
Well, and how fortunate are we to get to this next phase so you can have fans here for this game. So you lost that trophy last year. I know only your 2nd year with the program, but tradition runs deep around here, and that's probably something that doesn't sit very well with you.
No, I told the guys in our Monday meeting that out of all the games in my 2 years here, that's the one I'm still not over. And that's bad to say, but I was pretty vulnerable with those guys. That's the one that's just it just sticks in my mind. It probably still will until I retire. just a difficult way to lose, and these guys are ready for the challenge. I'm ready for the challenge, and I can't wait to watch these guys play.
Yeah, but you're an emotional coach. You have that juice about you. So if you're not honest with the kids, then they're going to see right through it, right?
Oh, 100%. And I don't ever, I just tell it how it is. That's how I am. There's no hiding behind bushes and going, I want to coach better thinking. They know what I think all the time because I'm pretty vulnerable, and I just put it all out there, and I think the kids respond well to that.
All right, so what's going to take for you guys to come up and get that trophy back?
Yeah, we take care of the football on offense. It's really what we need to do is take care of the football. Got 2 turnovers our first 2 games. Really cannot do that anymore. And continue to run the football. We're averaging just over 200 yards on the ground per game, which is a good mark for us, something we've never done before since I've been here. Kind of getting back to the old tradition ways of getting under center, smash mouth football, which again, being an offensive line guy, offensive line coach, I'm super excited about. And then on defense, their quarterback, number 12, Cole Warnica, really, really good player, and he's really well coached by Coach Coffin, and they'll put him in successful spots, and that's really who I have to key on. I feel like, obviously, I've only been here 3 years, and I'm sure they feel the same way about Sam, but I feel like he's been there forever. Every time you turn the page, like, it's a Cascade team, and Cole's that quarterback. Just got to take care of business, and the last thing is never let the moment get too big. It's just a game, and we're playing a faceless opponent. It doesn't matter if it's Cascade or if it's Moses Lake or if it's New York Jets. We're playing for the guy next to us. We're playing for the love of our brother, so I really hope our guys do that.
Even 3 years in, that rivalry, do you feel that?
Oh, absolutely. And I felt it from day one. I really did. When you step on campus and, you walk into, other people, teachers' classrooms and community members, and they're saying, make sure you win the big 2, and you automatically know what the big 2 are. And I tried to hide from it my first couple years here, was really just like, there's no game too big, and it's just really just another football game, but it's not. Yeah. I mean, it means a lot to this community, to both communities. And again, it's just so much fun to play for something like that. To play for a trophy, to play for something where both communities are so involved and love it so much, whether it's football, whether it's just community against community for bragging rights. That's special. That's really fun.
Well, the water runs downhill, and I know you're hoping to take that trophy back when it floats this direction. 100%. Best of luck. Keep everybody healthy.
Thank you. Go Dogs.
All right, there you go. Brian Bermer joining us here on the pregame show. We'll come back, get a look at the starting lineups and kickoff next here from Cashmere. It's the Pear Bowl on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Wenatchee Power Sports not only has a new owner, but an all-new attitude to match. Speaking of attitude, check out the 2021 models arriving now. Polaris snowmobiles, ATVs and side-by-sides. Yamaha motorcycles, watercraft ATVs and side-by-sides. KTM motorcycles and the latest edition Beta high-performance motorcycles. Coming this fall, a huge demo event featuring the latest and hottest off-road machines. It's all at the retuned Wenatchee Power Sports, where maximum performance is a way of life. 3031 GS Center Road in North Wenatchee, open Tuesday through Saturday.
Save Mart is the place to go if you are in the market for home furnishings. They have rows and rows of sofas, love seats, recliners, and chairs in a vast array of fabrics and colors. Name brands include Ashley, Best, and Stanton. With pictures, lamps, and tables to complement your new furniture, Save Mart is a one-stop shop. Save Mart offers 12-month special financing on approval of credit. Save Mart also offers free delivery, setup, and haul away in their service area. Serving the Wenatchee Valley for over 50 years. Located on North Wenatchee Avenue, or visit online at savemart.net.
Here to Cashmere as we get ready for the coin toss, as our referee Mike Penning has the 2 captains out there. Matthew Cunning, whose season was cut short as a senior with an injury, is out there representing Cashmere. Meanwhile, for the Cascade Kodiaks is Saul Vizcaino, number 60. The coin toss, the win goes to Cascade, and they will defer, so it looks like Cashmere will have the ball to start this ball game. Let's take a look at the offense here for the Bulldogs. Up front, Colson Bruner is one of the right tackle. He's a 6', 235-pound senior. The right guard is Dawson Spees, a 5'10", 215-pound sophomore. The center is Andres Hernandez, a 5'11", 265-pound senior. The left guard, Duke Odenreiter, is 6', 190-pound senior. And the left tackle is Cole Scott, a 6'3", 265-pound junior. Tight end, Miguel Sanchez, a 6', 190-pound senior. The wideouts for the Bulldogs, Nate Phillips, a 6', 185-pound senior, along with Jack Croce, 5'10", 165-pound sophomore. Hector Hernandez, the other wideout, a 5'10", 165-pound senior. In the backfield, Hunter McCabe is the fullback, or running back, if you will, 6', 190-pound senior. And the quarterback who calls the signals, and he is the man, 6'2", 205-pound senior, Sam Phillips. We'll get to the defense for Cascade in white with red trim. Cashmere in their home blacks. By the way, this is the first home game for Cashmere this season after playing on the road at Quincy and Moses Lake last week, where they narrowly lost to the Chiefs 28-27. Alonzo Johnson Vasquez has it teed up at the 40-yard line here for the Cascade Kodiaks. And kick return, they got Groshi, Zimmerman, and Reyna listed as kick returners here for Cashmere. And, boy, I'm surprised we didn't see a flag there, Grant Olson.
I know.
Looked like the kicking team was offsides. Little short kick is taken by the up man. And Cashmere is going to have great field position to start this football game at their own 38-yard line, as they'll have it with 11:55 to go here in the first quarter of play.
And if you go by last week at all, Eric, Cashmere, Hunter McCabe, 24 carries, 94 yards in that game against Moses Lake, so you'd think they want to pound it on the ground. We'll have to wait and see.
Cashmere in the home blacks, traveling from left to right as we look at it here at Cashmere High School. Again, Sam Phillips, big tall kid behind center at 6'2", 205 pounds, will turn and hand it to McCabe, just like you said. But Cascade is right there swarming defensively. A loss of a couple of yards on the play as the Kodiaks get there quickly.
Cameron Barnes, I think, Eric,
yes,
the big nose tackle.
Jones Duncan in there as well. Let's take a look at the Cascade defense. You mentioned Barnes, 6'3", 240-pound junior at the nose tackle. The tackles are Cameron Ostrom and Cole Warman. The defensive ends, Caston Dillon and Xavier Reitsmeyer, that is. The linebacker, Sal Vizcaino, along with Jones Duncan. Brett Fraker is the free safety. Cody Enlow, the strong safety, here on second down and long. Handoff end around here for the Bulldogs, but right there are the Kodiaks, and Kai Lumen, one of the corners, comes up for the stop, and a loss on the play back inside the 35 to the 33-yard line.
Lumen, what a great job reading that pitch and that option play right there. It was kind of slow developing, and it gave Lumen plenty of time to get there and make that stop for about a 3-yard loss.
Well, Sam Phillips so far on the season, 16 of 28 for 195 yards and 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Looks like passing down here on third down and 14, ball right hash mark from inside their own 35. Snap is back to him. He's got time, throws deep downfield, and this is going to oversail everybody's head at about the 31. Intended receiver downfield for the Bulldogs was Braden Weatherman, and it looks like maybe a miscommunication on the passing route there.
It was a beautifully thrown ball. It really was, about 40 yards downfield, but yeah, miscommunication there. The receiver quit running a little bit.
So Cashmere goes backwards on its first possession of the football game. It'll be Phillips to punt the ball away, standing inside his own 20-yard line. And it looks like back to return it for Cascade is Cody Enlow. Watch him. He's got an 85-yard punt return for a touchdown so far this season. The long snapper is Colson Bruner here for Cashmere. Everybody is set and ready on a 4th and 14. And the snap is back. Good pass from center. And a right-footed kick by Phillips. High end over end. Fair catch called for and made at the 31-yard line.
Very excited now to see this big quarterback, Eric Cole Warnick, 6'3", 215 pounds. We mentioned it a little bit in the pregame. We saw him warming up. What a specimen out there. This kid looks like a college quarterback right now with great size.
Offensive line for Cascade getting the start up front. 10 Johnstone at one tackle, a 5'11", 195-pound sophomore. Cole Warman, the guard next to him at 6'1", 230. Ethan Magnagi is the center at 5'10", 220 pounds. Sal Vizcaino, the guard at 5'11", 185. Cameron Barnes, the other tackle, at 6'3" and 240. Cameron Ostrom is the tight end. The wideouts, Caston Dillon, and running backs, they got 3 of them, Cody Enlow, Kai Lumen, and Xavier Reitsmeyer. Cole Warnick is the quarterback in the shotgun here on first down and 10 for Cascade at their own 31-yard line. Motion man back and forth. They're going to look and throw his way. The ball is thrown high, but collecting it there, but then collecting the runner with the ball is Cashmere's defense as they quickly converge on Enlow. It's going to be a loss of a yard on the play back to the 30.
Once again, just a little bit slow in developing that time by Warnick, getting it out in the flat. That time gave Cashmere's defenders plenty of time for pursuit.
Well, Warnick so far this season has had more success. Well, he's 168 yards passing, 106 yards rushing. He's combined for 4 touchdowns on the season so far to lead the Cascade Kodiaks. Both teams coming in at 1-1 on the season. Cascade lost its opener to Chelan 41-13, but then won last week against Quincy 33-0. This is the closest that the Kodiaks have been to home so far, as they've had 2 games on the road. 2nd down 11 coming up from the 30. High snap to Warnica. His pass is high as he zipped one out there. Intended receiver looked like the wideout or tight end, if you will, Caston Dillon, 6'3", 205 sophomore, big target, but he overthrew it.
That's a pass you throw about 25 yards downfield and not about 8 yards from your receiver. That ball had some zip on it.
I think there's a little juice flowing in these kids out here tonight in this rivalry game. The Pear Bowl on the line. The trophy is held in the cabinet. Well, they brought it here tonight because the winner will get it, but it's been held for the last year plus up at Cascade High School in Leavenworth. So a 3rd and long for both teams on their first possessions. 3rd and 11 here for the Kodiaks. Man in motion. They're going to turn, hand it to him around the left side. They got the edge and more. 35 out towards the 40. Going to be a little shy of the first down yardage. However, the tackle made by Nate Phillips, and that's something that he's certainly accustomed to in his defensive back position. It's going to be a 4th and decision time for the Kodiaks, and 1 yard. Looks like they're going to go for it.
Caston Dillon on that carry for the Kodiaks, the big wide receiver, 6'3", 205 pounds. Almost got there.
That's his first carry of the season. He's got 3 receptions coming in for 36 yards and a touchdown. So going for it from their own 40-yard line. How about this, Grant?
I don't think it's a bad call. I really think it kind of sets the stage, or sets the, what they want to do in this ball game.
RPO here for Wanaka, you think?
Yeah.
In the backfield with him is Cody Enlow, the 2 seniors side by side. Pressure in the backfield, but Warnica's got the first down and more as he gets across the 45 out to the 46-yard line. He had to dance around one man that quickly got in the backfield for Cashmere, but he's able to pick up a first down on the 4th down, our first conversion of the ball game.
And you're 215, 6'3", Eric. The one person probably isn't going to bring you down, so it's going to be a gang tackling affair for Cashmere tonight.
So Warnica with his first carry is good for about 6 yards out to the 46 Cascade side of the 50 here. As light fades in the west, still, it seems strange we're talking about the NCAA men's and women's basketball tournament right now while we're playing football.
And it's still light.
It's still light outside, exactly. First down and 10, man in motion from right to left is Lumen. They turn and hand it to Enlow. Enlow, kind of a counter play to the right side across near midfield. They'll put him down at the 49-yard line. Again, for the tackle for Cashmere that time, it was Braden Weatherman.
And I'll tell you, Tim Johnstone, the tackle, made a great block to open that up on that counter play. He's a sophomore, 5'11", 195 pounds. He sprung that play.
Gain of 3 yards brings up 2nd and 7 for the Kodiaks. Again, these two teams played, it seems like 2 years ago. It was actually just a year ago as far as the school year is concerned.
Right.
Back in October of 2019 with Cascade coming out on top 33-28. 2nd and 7 here. Warnica wants to throw it. Going deep downfield. Has a receiver coming open. Overthrew him. But they're going to call pass interference at the 23-yard line on the Cashmere Bulldogs. The guilty party will be Dominic Harrington, as the intended receiver down there was Caston Dillon. I don't know. That pass wasn't close to anybody, but still contact made, according to the official.
Looked like it may have slipped out of Warnica's hand just a little bit. Had a lot of air under it, and then it just kind of fluttered downfield.
So our first penalty of the ball game will be a costly one against Cashmere for a 15-yard penalty on the pass interference. So they'll mark it off from the previous spot. So it'll be a first down for Cashmere. Jerry Anderson is our umpire tonight. I joked with him before the ball game. I said, congratulations on your 115th year of officiating.
He's everywhere.
He says, no, it's 117 years. Give me credit.
You're robbing me of 2 years.
So the penalty will bring the ball into Cashmere territory. First down at the 36 now of Cashmere. Left hash mark. Warnica quickly brings him to the line. Sends a man in motion and hands it to him. And around left and then cutting back. The ball maybe came free there at the end. No, the linesman says the ball was down on the carry that time by Kai Lumen. Pretty good gain on first down. About 4 yards brings up 2nd and 6.
Cascade so far here, it looks like just fine with keeping it on the ground here early on. Warnicka's only attempted 2 passes.
Well, the Kodiaks are coming off a game in which they defeated Quincy soundly 33-0, totaling 330 yards of offense. Second down, long 5, short 6. Warnicka rolls to his right, looking downfield, throws downfield. The ball caught down there. It's Lumen. He's going to have a first down inside the 25 to about the 20-yard line. Just a little simple pitch and catch and a lot of time for Warnicka out of the pocket.
Like what, a gain of about 14. Boy, that ball had some beautiful zip on that, too. Nice pass rolling to his right and a nice catch.
From the 31 to the 20 will be 11 yards officially on that, or we'll say unofficially as far as our eyeballs are concerned. Ball resting nose of it just at the 20-yard line. So first down and 10. Scoreless game. First quarter winding. First possession of the game for Cascade. And a good one here as Cole Warnicka has him lined up at the 20 right hash bar. Gets the signal and takes the snap and going to run it himself. Design play for Warnicka. Good job by Cashmere's defense that time as the Bulldogs rallied to the play. It looked like Duke Odenreiter on the tackle. Gain of short one there brings up second down and long. They're going to put the ball at the 18-yard line.
As well as Warnicka throws the ball in his size, I don't think we're going to see him running the ball a lot tonight. Maybe some of those short runs up the middle, but they're going to try and get the speed on the outside.
He came in with 31 rushes on the season with 106 yards in a couple of games and a touchdown. That's not too shabby.
Not at all.
So they like Dominic Coffin likes the option, especially, I mean, you look out there and Warnicka is a head taller than everybody else on the offense.
Big kid.
Second down, call it 7 here for the Kodiaks. They're going to turn and pitch it this time, running around the right side. Got a first down, and then going to be tackled down inside the 10 to about the 9-yard line is Brett Fraker. Hasn't seen the ball too many times, has Fraker on the season. In fact, that's only his second carry, and he's got a first down. They'll put it right at the 10-yard line, gain of 8 yards.
That was a nice quick run. Got some speed there on the outside. And I like that quick pitch, too, by Warnicka. That made the difference.
You don't see that very often where the pitch man gets past the quarterback on that motion, and then they still go to it.
Right.
Usually it's their belly out back behind you,
Absolutely.
and you pitch it that way. Wide receiver wide to the left here is Caston Dillon here for the Kodiaks as Warnicka will send a man in motion again. And they will run this time left side and Cashmere converging. And the Bulldogs doing a pretty good job of smelling that one out as Braden Weatherman makes another tackle for Cashmere. Short gain on the play. Going to be second and goal coming up from about the 7-yard line. So a gain of 3. Kodiak's just methodically taking the ball down the field. We saw this last week with Wenatchee's first possession of the game against Eastmont, where they ate up most of that first quarter.
Then didn't score again.
And didn't score again. 4:44 left in the first frame here. And splitting out wide to the right will be Kai Lumen to the short side of the field for Warnicka. See if they go towards the end zone here. He wants to throw it, looks left, throws left. The ball underthrown a little bit, but caught down at about the 2-yard line. Sliding catch made by Enlow. He's tackled immediately. Of course, he gave up his feet, so he was going to be down no matter what. It'll be third and goal coming up from the 2-yard line.
Like that quick hitter, though. That gets you some needed yards inside the red zone, and that's a good call.
Well, he had 2 options there.
Right.
Enlow was in the flat short, and Dillon was in the end zone. So he had his choice and chose the short route to Cody Enlow, who came in with 3 receptions on the season and 125 yards and a couple of touchdowns. You go an RPO again with Warnicka, you think, here on third and goal from the 2-yard line.
I think he's throwing it.
Ball left hash mark. Well, let's see.
Nope,
going to turn.
Right.
Nope, he's going to run it himself. He's driving the legs, but I think Cashmere is up to the challenge. They stop him at the 1-yard line. Bulldogs make the tackle up front. Colson Bruner, the first of many black jerseys there. It's going to bring up 4th down, and you got to think they went for it already 4th on this series, so why not go again?
Yeah, and Bruner made a great play, not only making the stop, but he almost stripped that ball, too, right at the very end.
They're going to move the ball inside the hash mark, will the officials. Again, our referee is Mike Penning, the umpire Jerry Anderson, the line judge Kirk Lyons, headlines is Nathan Hahn, the back judge Mitch Walsh from the Chelan County Football Officials Association. We're going to get a timeout on the field. Good timeout here taken by Dominic Coffin. We'll break for 30 as well on the broadcast. 3:10 to go, scoreless first quarter, but Cascade knocking on the door. We'll come back after this.
Take on the new year in a new Ford from Pat Armstrong Ford. From premium grade muscle to unparalleled performance. Take on any payload. The all-new 2021 Ford F-150 at Pat Armstrong Ford. Take on any adventure. Take on every thrill. The all-new 2021 Bronco Sport and 2021 Mustang Mach-E. Built to take on every resolution at Pat Armstrong Ford. We are community strong in East Wenatchee.
Of the game, 4th down and goal coming up from just outside the 1-yard line for Cascade. After the timeout, Lumen in motion. They're going to turn. Oh, we got a flag down. Looks like 2 men in motion for Cascade. That's going to back them up 5 yards.
I would say that if you have a decent kicker, this is where your mind changes a little bit down here. Maybe just take the 3 since you're so close. I don't know.
Could be. Alonzo Johnson is the kicker all the way around for place kicking and as well as kicking off for Cascade, but Warnica goes to the sidelines. Looks like they're going to stick with the game plan here, going for it, even though now it's a 4th down from the end goal from the 6-yard line.
But I guess one thing about it, Eric, if you don't get it, you do pin Cashmere back deep in their own end.
Yeah, and Cashmere went backwards on their first offensive possession of the ball game. So here we go, 4th and goal from the 6. Warnica 5 yards deep behind center. Stamps his foot. Bad snap. Got it. Looking downfield. Throwing. The ball is caught. Touchdown, Cascade. Ball caught in the end zone by Kai Lumen for the first score of the 2021 Pear Bowl.
Nice patience by the quarterback, Warnica, that time. The first, I don't think his initial receiver was there, and then he found Lumen in the middle of the field, a little bit low pass. That way the Cashmere defense can't get their hands on it. Touchdown, Cascade.
Alonzo Johnson Vasquez on to add the extra point. Warnica is the holder. Snap is back, spot down, block! Ball is blocked. Getting right in there was Colson Bruner and blocks the extra point. And the way these games have been, that could be huge come 3 quarters from now. We'll take a 60-second break and come back. 3:04 to go in the first. Cascade strikes first, lead it 6-0 over Cashmere. You're watching the Pear Bowl on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Doghouse Motorsports just won Best Motorsports Store for the 7th year in a row. Is it the great facility? Is it the fantastic products? Or is it?
I'm Bobby.
And I'm Tamer. I'm Mike. And I'm Glenn.
Hi, I'm Todd.
I'm Jeff.
And this is the Doghouse Service Team.
Hi, I'm Dee.
And I'm Dwayne.
And I'm Kathy.
Come on in and experience the Doghouse.
Are you in the Doghouse?
Save Mart is the place to go if you are in the market for home furnishings. They have rows and rows of sofas, love seats, recliners, and chairs, and a vast array of fabrics and colors. Name brands include Ashley, Best, and Stanton. With pictures, lamps, and tables to complement your new furniture, Save Mart is a one-stop shop. Save Mart offers 12-month special financing on approval of credit. Save Mart also offers free delivery, setup, and haul away in their service area. Serving the Wenatchee Valley for over 50 years. Located on North Wenatchee Avenue or visit online at savemart.net.
Kickoff by Johnson. It will bounce at the 25 and be taken there by Cashmere, and still on his feet, and then back to about the 25-yard line is the return man, and coming back on the football that time was Luke Jacobson for Cashmere. The drive for Cascade, 14 plays, 69 yards. The 6-yard touchdown pass on 4th down from Warnica to Lumen, and then the point after touchdown blocked by Bruner. 6-0 Cascade with 2:59 to go, as Cashmere will get the ball for the second time here in the ball game. What do you need to do here if you're Cashmere offensively?
Well, after only getting minus 4 yards on your first possession, I think anything positive on this drive. You don't necessarily have to score, but keep the ball for a while.
First down, handoff to the running back, Hunter McCabe, and not much happening inside. At least it was a positive gain on first down, as opposed to the last go-around, or was it? No gain on the play. Second down coming up from the 27. Our broadcast tonight brought to you by Pat Armstrong Ford Lincoln, home with a lifetime warranty at Pat Armstrong Ford Lincoln. Customer satisfaction is #1. Stop by today. Also, Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, great service with a personal touch. That's their commitment to you. Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa provides a different kind of full-service care that gives their clients peace of mind. Visit their showroom today. Second down and, 9 we'll call it. Pitch back to McCabe, trying to get around the left side. Maybe got to the 30, and that's it. Not much happening against this stiff Cody Enlow defense-led Kodiaks here. It'll be a third down and long again for Cashmere.
Another nice tackle by the nose tackle, Cameron Barnes. He's a big kid, only a junior, but he gets down up and down the line really well.
He does, 240 pounds. He's the biggest fella out there defensively for Cascade, and he looks it. That's why I had number 75 in high school, Grant. I thought it made me look bigger than I was.
Did it?
No, didn't help at all. So third down long coming up for the Bulldogs here at their own 30. Back to pass. Phillips throws out in the left. The ball caught over there. Dancing up the sidelines. Got a first down and more.
Look
to
out.
The 50, 40. It's a sprint to the finish, and going to win it is Dominic Harrington for the big touchdown for Cashmere, and we're tied at 6-6.
71 yards on that run, and what a block on the outside. Fantastic block. Big 74. Colson Bruner really made that happen, sealing off that edge, and that allowed that big run.
Little play action in the backfield. Caught the linebackers looking, and it's a touchdown for Cashmere. As Graham mentioned, 71 yards on the pass play from Phillips to Harrison. Dominic Harrington, I should say. Now the extra point to maybe give Cashmere the lead. They're going to look like they're going to go for 2 here as they got that offset formation. They will go for 2. Pitch, throw left, and the ball caught over there. The Phillips to Phillips connection for 2. And Cashmere leads the Pear Bowl 8-6 with 1:26 to go here in the first quarter. We'll be back with more after the 60-second timeout on the NCWLIFE Channel.
At Earthwise Pet, we take an all-natural approach to wellness and nutrition. Our professional certified groomers were trained by the best in the Pacific Northwest. Our staff here at Earthwise Pet are all certified in pet nutrition. We are here to help you select the perfect food, supplement, and anything else you may need to make sure your pet is living its best and most healthy life. Earthwise Pet, Nutrition Center and Wellness Spa. Online or in the store, we are here for you.
My name is Brian Thorpe. I own Global Car Care in Wenatchee and have been here for about 25 years.
Brian started Global Car Care as Brian's automotive alternative on Orondo Street.
Some customers were following Brian since Brian's automotive time.
No, we're just grateful to be part of this community. This is where I grew up. We want to do our part to be a valuable part of this community. We want to thank you for trusting our business for 25 years.
Well, that didn't take long for Cashmere to answer back. 3 plays, 73 yards, 1:33 off the clock, and most of that was just by the pass play from Phillips to Harrington, the 2-point conversion from Phillips to Phillips, and it's an 8-6 Cashmere lead, and the kickoff fumbled in the return at the 9, picking it up there, and nothing to go for Lumen, and Cashmere, good coverage downfield by Daniel Rosales, one of the first Bulldogs to get there, and Cascade a little shaken in their shoes right now.
And, you know, 2 things can happen when you bobble a kickoff like that. One, the defense coming down the field over pursues and it gives you an open field to run, or what we saw just now, the defense is right on where you fumbled and then you get no gain out of that return.
So the Kodiaks will have it at their own 9-yard line. A methodical drive for Cascade in their first score of the game. Cashmere just strikes big with the pass play, and as you mentioned, Grant, the big block that sprung Harrington free up the far sidelines. So first down and 9, ball left hash mark for Cole Warnica. Senior has seen a lot in his time in a Cascade uniform. Handoff, but again, pressure and drop this time. Weatherman was there for Cashmere on the handoff to Caston Dillon, and nothing happening. In fact, they lose 4 yards back to the 5-yard line.
Nice play defensively, that's for sure. He read it all the way. Braden Weatherman, we've talked about him a lot here in this first quarter.
3 tackles already that I've got him for. He also had some help on that defensive side. I think Connor McCabe was helping in on that play as well, disrupting the backfield here for the Kodiaks. So Cascade, momentum swings. These rivalry games, they're full of them. Right now, momentum in the team in black. Second down, call it 14 here for Cascade. Warnica wants to keep it, dances away from one man. He's got some room across the 10 and past the original line of scrimmage. Looked, Grant, like he had maybe more room around the right side along the sidelines in front of his coach.
You know, he really did.
Coming up and making the stop for the Bulldogs that time was Caden Keogh. It'll be a 3rd down and 9 coming up after the gain.
Yeah, there was a nice hole on that right side initially. Warnica maybe just didn't see it initially.
Could be. Well, you got to like a kid that tries to get positive north and south instead of dancing east and west.
True.
And believe it or not, that's already the end of our first quarter of play, and what a quarter it was. 8-6, Cashmere by 2. We're back with the second quarter after the 60-second timeout. You're watching the Pear Bowl live on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Make being home fun again. Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa has just what you need to bring fun back into your backyard. We have a wide selection of artesian spas and swim spas, new and used to choose from. We are happy to announce we are now selling Rainbow Kids play structures with 50 models to choose from. To help finish off your entertainment area, we have patio furniture and Komodo Joe grills. At Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, we have just what you need to bring family fun and entertainment to your backyard. Stop by today.
Wenatchee Power Sports not only has a new owner, but an all-new attitude to match. Speaking of attitude, check out the 2021 models arriving now. Polaris snowmobiles, ATVs and side-by-sides. Yamaha motorcycles, watercraft ATVs and side-by-sides. KTM motorcycles and the latest edition Beta high-performance motorcycles. Coming this fall, a huge demo event featuring the latest and hottest off-road machines. It's all at the retuned Wenatchee Power Sports, where maximum performance is a way of life. 3031 GS Center Road in North Wenatchee, open Tuesday through Saturday.
Third down for the 11-yard line. Call it 3rd and 9 now for Cascade after they change ends of the field. And Warnica wants to throw again. Throws over the middle. The ball wide open. Caught by the receiver across the 25. First down easily. A big target over the middle for the Kodiaks for Gavin Pulse. And he gets the first down.
Wide open over the middle that time. Great design play.
They'll put it at the 25, so a gain of 14 yards on the pass play and nobody around.
Boy,
Pulse.
there wasn't.
Our broadcast tonight brought to you by Chelan Douglas Casa, court-appointed special advocates for children. First and 10, that is, from the 25. Ball left hash mark. Cascade now traveling from left to right as we look at it here at Cashmere High School. As the quarterback, Cole Warnica, takes a snap, looking downfield, wants to throw the ball. I think it was hit at the line of scrimmage. The ball is intercepted by Cashmere at the 49-yard line. Coming up with the interception, it was Sam Phillips after it was touched at the line of scrimmage.
Boy, had all kinds of time at first, too, and then a nice defensive surge right when he was thrown, enough to deflect that pass, and a turnover for Cashmere, and the momentum continues to be on the side of the Bulldogs.
That's the first interception of the season for the Bulldog defense, and you got to give credit to whomever got a hand up and got the touch at the line of scrimmage, because that ball was fluttering like a dead duck and fell into the hands of Sam Phillips. So the first turnover of the ball game is giving Cashmere good field position with 11:26 to go here in the second quarter, leading at 8-6, and the ball just on the Cascade side of the 50. Back to pass. Phillips wants to go deep again, looking for his brother, and it's overthrown at about the 15-yard line. He's got a gun.
Wow, and that ball is a beautiful spiral, and he lets go of that thing. We mentioned it. It's not just Warnica with size. Phillips 6'2", 205, so a good-sized quarterback there, too.
You know, talking with both coaches here before the ball game. They both lamented about the other quarterback, saying, gosh, it seems ever since I've been here, these guys have been here the whole time. Sam Phillips, Dominic Coffin talking about from the Cascade perspective, and Cole Warnica from Brian Brummer's perspective now in his third year in Cashmere. 2nd and 10 for the 49. Motion man from left to right. They're going to pitch it back to McCabe. Look out. He's got defense coming strong. Going to be tackled out of bounds on the near sideline. First to get there for the Kodiaks was Cody Enlow. He's been busy tonight defensively. And it's going to be a loss back to the 50. It'll bring up 3rd down and 11 for the Bulldogs.
Gain of 1 on the play.
Boy, 3 carries now for McCabe for 1 yard so far in the game.
Well, that's tough to run to the short side of the field on a pitch play.
It really is.
Yeah, McCabe, look at him. He's, 8 yards behind the line of scrimmage. They're going to turn, fake the handoff to him, fake the pitch to him, and then hand it off inside for a short dive play.
Handoff to Sanchez.
Sanchez on the carry. Not much happening. It's going to bring up a 4th down and about 5 yards here for the Bulldogs from the 45 of Cascade. Now, Phillips is the punter. We saw him punt well in his first punt of the ball game for 35 yards, but it looks like they're going for it here on 4th down. Rivalry game. You only have a 5-week season. You're looking to win the Caribou Trail League. Why not?
Then your thinking changes somewhat, too.
Yep. Sam Phillips sends a man in motion from left to right, and I thought I heard a whistle.
You did.
I did hear a whistle. It's a timeout for Cashmere. We'll keep it right here on the NCWLIFE Channel. Thanks for joining us here tonight, wherever you may be. Watching us on Facebook stream, watching us on the NFHS network. Hello, everybody that's watching here tonight.
Turned out to be a beautiful night.
Yeah, after a sunny day, and then the clouds kind of moved in. We had a few showers that moved through.
Little wind.
But right now, not too bad. It can get awfully chilly here. You're not far from the Wenatchee River in this location in Cashmere, and it can get cold. Our broadcast tonight brought to you in part by Highlander Golf Course and Grill. Enjoy your day at Highlander Golf Course. Reserve your tee time and plan a party at one of their simulator rooms. You don't have to be a member to dine in style as well. Give them a call today at Highlander. Also by Doghouse Motorsports, now featuring the full line of on- and off-road Husqvarna motorcycles. So, decision time. Cashmere, as Cascade did on a 4th down earlier.
Looks like they're going to punt, Eric.
Okay.
I think that's the right call, personally. I don't think you want to give Cascade the ball at the 45-yard line.
No, definitely not.
But there's that big momentum, too, and it's on Cashmere's side right now.
Cody Enlow will drop back to about his own 10-yard line to receive the punt here from Sam Phillips, who stands 15 yards behind the center. That's a long snap.
That is a long snap.
Seems like a lot of distance there. 4th and 5 for the Bulldogs. Do they dare fake it?
I don't
Cascade's
think so.
Got a lot of guys up front waiting for anything. Pass back from center, and Phillips works to his right, punts right, and that's going to be a really short punt as he wanted to keep it away from Enlow on the return. The process, though, is going to result in about a 10-yard punt. It's out at the 33-yard line. How about 12 yards on the punt?
Well,
Ouch.
you know, I shouldn't say it maybe, but I've never liked the running punt.
No.
I mean, the ball, he's running to his right when he punts it. It almost forces you to kick it right instead of down the field. He pulled it off the first punt, but that time, very short kick.
Well, and also when you're moving away from instead of just going center, that also brings you towards the end rush that's coming at you.
Yes.
So 1st down for Cascade now, or for Cashmere, or Cascade, yeah, that's right, after the punt short of just 12 yards, and the Kodiaks will have it with 10:19 to go, trailing at 8-6. High snap, we got motion and the penalty against the offense, looks like. Our second penalty against the Kodiaks coming up here. That'll be 2 penalties for 10 yards against Cascade. Mike Penning, our referee, helping to adjudicate things here tonight from the Chelan County Officials Association. Just week 3 for the officials, too, after a long layoff. And I got to tip my cap to them. They've done pretty good job.
They really have. All the games we've covered so far, it's been pretty good.
So 1st down and 15 after the mark off back to the 28-yard line. So that helps Cashmere a little bit after the short punt. We'll see what Cole Warnica and company have in mind here on a first down and 15.
Well, you know, they'd love another 14-play drive right here to burn this clock in the second quarter.
Caston Dillon will split out wide to the short side of the field to the left in front of the Cascade bench. Man in motion. Now we got flags again. I think we're going to get a false start again with two bodies in motion. They send the tailback in motion there, and it just is not working out right. Xavier Ritzmeyer back there in motion, and I think the receiver on the near side by the Cascade bench moved as well.
2 men in motion, can't do that, and that'll get called every time.
So make that the third penalty now, and 15 yards on Cascade. Well, we saw Cashmere go backwards because of the defense in its first possession of the ball game. Now we're seeing Cascade go backwards on offense in their third possession because of penalty.
Right.
So now 1st and 20. Warnica rolls to his right, wants to throw downfield. The ball is in and out of the hands of his receiver, Cody Enlow. Had it wide open. Well, I'll tell you, Cole Warnica just looks like a next-level quarterback.
He really does. And in your interview, he said he was going to Western Montana.
Yep.
Yeah. In Dillon. Nice school to go to.
Well, and just to, my first chance to get up there the other day and talk to the youngsters and talk to Coach Dominic Coffin, whom I've known for quite a while. I mean, we called his games back when I was in high school at Cascade, for goodness sakes.
How does that make you feel, Eric?
Old. Yeah, I was talking about Jack McMillan, the old coach at Cascade, and they're like, who? Jack's son, by the way, McMillan, is coaching Quincy now. So
That's
nice
great.
to have the CTL back and have Quincy back in the Caribou Trail League. Handoff right side this time, and Cashmere does a good job of converging on a short gain for the Kodiaks by Brett Fraker.
I'll tell you what, the quarterback, he's playing free safety also. Sam Phillips came up and just stood him up, Fraker, for that short gain.
Actually, I think it was Reichsmeyer that was on the carry that time. It was number 2. But a short gain, and they'll put the ball down. Hard to see the yard markers here. 25-yard line, so a gain of just 2 yards on that one. So third down and very long. Coming up, call it 18 yards to go here for the Kodiaks. Well, Cascade has not had any big chunk plays so far, other than a pass over the middle. We'll see what Warnica does. They almost went in motion, too many guys again. Now throw out the flat. The ball caught out there across the 30 out to about the 32-yard line. Good convergence. Sam Phillips on the coverage after the ball caught out there by Cody Enlow. Going to be shy of the first down by quite a bit. So just got barely back to the original line of scrimmage and then some. So it'll be a fourth down coming up for the Kodiaks. And I think we could see their first punt, maybe. I don't know. Warnick is still out there.
Was that a gain of about 7, wasn't it?
To the 35, so 10 yards on the pass
10.
play. Yep. Out to the 35. It will be a punting situation here. Warnica will do the punting. So we got both quarterbacks that also serve as the punters here. They got some pressure in, did Cashmere. A high short kick will take a Cascade bounce across the 35 and will die down at about the 33-yard line. So it turns out pretty good. But the pressure, I believe, that time for Cashmere by Cole Scott, 6'3", 265-pounder, got up in Warnica's face, and he didn't like that too much. It'll be... We'll see where they'll put it. 33-yard line. So 15 and 17 ends up being a 32-yard punt. And it will be a Cashmere football with 8:34 to go here in the first half of play. Cashmere leading it 8-6 here in the Pear Bowl.
Boy, the amount of plays, the difference between the two teams is glaring here. Cascade has run a lot more plays, but it was that big 71-yard touchdown that made the difference.
So let's see what Cashmere can do. 3 and out on its last offensive possession as they'll go under center this time for Sam Phillips. He'll turn, fake the handoff, roll out to his left, got room to run, but he's going to throw it instead. The ball dropped at the 40 of Cascade.
Pass.
Wide open Nate Phillips, and he just dropped it.
The toughest throw a right-handed quarterback can make right there, running to his left along the sideline. That pass was money and just simply dropped at about the 35-yard line.
Phillips was open, just hit him in the hands, and he just didn't come down with a football. Now, if you're one of those 20/20 hindsights, Sam Phillips had a lot of room to run there if he wanted to.
He
but,
did.
I mean, he got his brother wide open.
And he's quick. He's a quick quarterback.
Second down and 10 after the incomplete pass. Stops the clock with 8:27 to go here in the first half. Again, motion man for Cashmere is Hector Hernandez, and now we got another motion penalty, and this one's against Cashmere. Second penalty for 20 yards now against Cashmere in the game. Our broadcast tonight brought to you by Sangster Motors. The American Challenge is on at Sangster Motors, home of the all-new Yukon SUV. Also by Wenatchee Power Sports, now featuring Polaris, Yamaha, KTM, and Beta sales, parts, and service at Wenatchee Power Sports. Nose running profusely here this evening. We are on the top step of the grandstands. And, hey, by the way, we should mention, we have fans here tonight.
It's awesome.
They expected maybe about 350. I think we're about there.
It's nice.
Phillips back to pass. Throws out the flat. The ball is almost caught. We got a flag that comes down late. Let's see what the flag is. The pass intended over on the far side here for Cashmere. And looks like he was looking for Dominic Harrington, who had that big pass completion and touchdown earlier, but we'll check the flag.
I think something happened late, right on that line of scrimmage. The official that threw the flag was staring right at some linemen in the middle of the field.
Okay, could be a hold against the offense. Cashmere looking like the guilty party right now as they go backwards. The pass was incomplete, so it's a decision time for Cascade. They could decline the penalty and take third down, or take the penalty and it'll be second down over again. That was 3rd and 15 after the penalty, or 2nd and 15, excuse me. And holding called against the offense declined. So
good call, Eric. Yeah. That's the right call for Cascade. It really is.
Absolutely. You got them 3rd and 15 at this juncture. And another probably passing situation for Cashmere, unless they want to be conservative on this approach.
God, the way Phillips throws that ball, Eric, I'd put it up right now. I would.
Nate Phillips splits out wide to the left. Motion man from right to left. Phillips fakes the handoff, has time. Now that time elapses. He's going to run it himself. He's got some room across the 35, 40. Out near midfield's going to get the first down on a flag late, and it might be 15 yards on top of it.
Wow.
Phillips with the keeper. Good for a Bulldog. First down.
That was 12 yards on the running play to the 45 for Phillips, and then add the extra on top. It is a personal foul, late hit, out of bounds. That'll be the 4th penalty and 30 yards. We talked about how both teams were concentrating on ball control. In these types of rivalry games, you got to stay away from too many penalties, too.
And, you know, and in these types of games, too, Eric, your emotions can get the best of you, and that's what happened there on that late hit. An easy extra yards for Cashmere.
So the 15-yard penalty will put it into Cascade territory just inside the 40, call it the 39 here. So Cashmere, again, smelling the positive side of midfield with 8:11 to go here in the first half. 8-6, Cashmere on top. Appreciate you joining us for the Pear Bowl tonight here on the NCWLIFE Channel. Phillips under center, takes the snap, turn, handoff McCabe. He's got room this time on a quick dive play inside the 35 to the 34-yard line. Good job blocking up front for Cashmere's offensive line.
Those 5 yards right there for McCabe, his most positive run yet tonight on his 4th carry.
Well, you just keep leaning behind those big fellas. At 265, Andres Hernandez at center. 215, Dawson Spees, the right guard. And Colson Bruner, 235, the right tackle. Again, Phillips under center on a second down here. They'll turn again, hand it to McCabe, left side on the dive play. He's got a first down inside the 30 to about the 28-yard line.
McCabe with the carry. And that's another
tackle for Cascade, finally made by Gavin Pulse, but not before McCabe gets a first down for Cashmere.
Another 5-yard gain for McCabe, and be a good idea maybe for Cashmere just to pound McCabe up the middle of that line and wear down the defensive line of Cascade.
Yeah, start getting those linebackers to pinch in a little bit and then maybe bounce outside on a keeper to Phillips. So Sam will pervade the defense here. 5-man defensive front for the Kodiaks. Motion man from right to left. Pitch back to McCabe. He's got trouble back there. Gets away from one man, but will not evade the tackle of 3 more Kodiaks. It'll be a loss on the play, and that pitch is just not working well for Cashmere here tonight.
Nice play as the defensive end, Caston Dillon. He kept the play inside, and that's one of your responsibilities as a defensive end. He did that and then made the stop.
Well, you talk about McCabe's positive yardage of 5. Now he just lost 5 yards in that play. 2nd and 15 coming up for the Bulldogs. Clock winds with 6:39 left here in this first quarter of play. Cloudy skies, not much of a breeze right now, and just kind of still.
It is.
A hush falls.
Knock
in
on
Cashmere.
wood.
Yeah, for now. We had rains earlier before the ball game. Phillips fakes the handoff, rolls left, now hit as he throws the football. It's going to go incomplete. Good pressure that time for the Kodiaks by Caston Dillon. Again, the sophomore comes through, lays a lick on Phillips as he's trying to get rid of the football. It'll bring up third down after the incomplete pass.
So since that 71-yard touchdown pass, Sam Phillips is 1 for 5 for 3 yards.
Oof. So 3rd and 15 coming up for the Bulldogs. Kind of one of those forward and back type of games so far here for both teams, really.
Thought it might be a shootout the way we started.
Yeah, the way it started. Splitting out wide to the right is Dominic Harrington. Watch for him on the sidelines. Phillips back, wants to roll left. The right-handed quarterback will throw downfield. The ball overthrown the intended receiver as he was looking for Harrington. The ball almost intercepted. Opportunity for Brett Fraker. Falls incomplete, brings up 4th down for Cashmere.
Had his man down there, just a little bit overthrown. Once again, that tough throw rolling to your left, and that's a tough pass.
Yeah, it is. I understand the scheme there, but that certainly, I mean, Sam Phillips, one of the most talented kids here in North Central Washington, so he can certainly make those plays. But rolling left for a right-handed quarterback, that's not what you want to do over and over again. 4th down from the 32, and Cashmere taking a long look at the near sideline to see what Coach Brian Bremer wants to do here, and I bet we're going to get a timeout as the play clock winds down. No? They're going to, well, at least get to the line of scrimmage. I don't know if they're going to have time now. It seems like they took forever. Well, back to pass goes Phillips. Takes a step up in the pocket, looking downfield, throws downfield. The ball nearly intercepted inside the 20-yard line. It's going to fall incomplete, and really a good play by the Cascade Kodiak on coverage there. If he intercepts it, that's 15 yards of lost field they lose on a 4th down play. It'll go over on down.
Nice play by the defensive back, Braden Parton. He's only a sophomore. He read that pass all the way and almost made the pick.
So the Kodiaks get the ball back with lots of time here and 2 timeouts left in the first half, as they'll have it at their own 32-yard line on a 1st down and 10. Our broadcast brought to you by August Edge Real Estate, your personal real estate agency with full service offer, just a 2% listing fee at August Edge. So Cole Warnica, 3 receivers right, sends a man in motion, high snap to him. He's going to keep it himself. Boy, Grant, I don't know, was that a busted play? He gets maybe a yard or 2, and that's it before Cashmere's Nate Phillips comes up to help out of the stop. That high snap, we've seen that a few times tonight.
I think it kind of tied the hands of Warnica right there, and he was forced to run it up the middle for that short gain of about, 2?
2 yards to the 34. Well, it's settled into a defensive skirmish here.
It really has.
And how about a backup quarterback coming in now? End of the ball game comes Braden Parton, who will be in there after the run by Warnica. So you hope Warnica wasn't shaken up on the play. Man in motion, high snap again. Parton rolls to his right, got pressure, throws out the flat. The ball incomplete. Intended here on the near side for his wideout, Caston Dillon. It'll fall incomplete, brings up 3rd down for Cascade.
Pretty tough throw to throw when you first get in the game as a quarterback.
Welcome into the game.
Right?
We need you to sprint out to your right
and hit the sideline.
And have black jerseys draped on your ankles as you try to get rid of the football. Well, he's been in a few times this season for Cascade, mostly kind of in mop-up duty, but now the 5'9", 165-pound sophomore, Braden Parton, in there at quarterback on a 3rd down and 9 here for the Kodiaks. Warnica, I see him walking over behind the bench, kind of shaking it off. Throw downfield, the ball is high, then intercepted. Here comes Sam Phillips back on the return. To the 30, to the 20, to the 15, cuts back at the 10. He's going to be down at the 5-yard line. Sam Phillips on the tip pass, intercepted, and returned. Cashmere on the doorstep with 5:09 to go in the half.
Second turnover by the Kodiaks this half. Warnica also threw an interception earlier in the game, so we'll see if Cashmere now with great field position can take advantage of this and add to their lead right before halftime.
So 1st down and goal suddenly for Cashmere at the 5. Again, 5:09 to go after our second turnover of the football game. Bulldogs will have it here as Cascade trying to quickly get everybody ready defensively. Phillips, who just made the interception and the return, will turn and hand it off to McCabe. He's diving into the end zone. Touchdown, Cashmere.
Once again, McCabe loves those 5-yard runs. That's the third one in this quarter, and that was for a touchdown. Hunter McCabe, strong runner. Cashmere adding to that lead now.
5 seconds on the drive, one play, 5 yards. McCabe the touchdown, and let's see if Cashmere decides to go for the 1-point conversion. They will this time, as the Bulldogs will bring out Miguel Sanchez to try to tack on the extra point out of the hole to Sam Phillips. 14-6 our score here in the Pear Bowl as Cashmere trying to win the trophy back after losing it last time around. The kick is on the way and good. We'll take a 60-second break and come back with 5:04 to go here in the first half. It is Cashmere 15, Cascade 6. You're watching the Pear Bowl on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Sure glad we went to Les Schwab.
I'm glad the baby's still happy.
Well, I'm just glad that along with tires, Les Schwab also does brakes, alignment, and a bunch of other safety services. I mean, if we had gone to a cheap tire store instead, I'd be a doggone wreck.
My thoughts exactly.
During the Les Schwab Spring Tire Sale, save up to $200 when you bundle select tires, wheels, and brakes. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
And kickoff goes through the end zone. So nice kickoff there for Cashmere. It's our first deep kick of the ball game.
Might be our first deep kick we've seen this year, Eric.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. This is our third game here on the NCWLIFE Channel. So they will Cascade the ball at the 20-yard line. We've been watching Cole Warnica, and the big question is whether the big fellow is going to be back in the ball game or not. He's been kind of shaken up on a running play after a high snap. He is out there for Cascade, as they'll have it first down and 10 from their own 20-yard line with 5:04 to go here in the first half. They now trail it 15-6. Pitch left side. Nothing happening there for the Kodiaks as Cashmere quickly in the backfield. Was that Weatherman again? No, this time it was
Cole Scott, I think.
It was.
Boy, he just shed his blocker, and he was in the backfield by the time that Enlow even had that football.
Defensive stop, loss all the way back. Well, they're going to put it in. Well, let's see. Oh, I'm sorry. The possession started at the 25. I forgot in high school football they do that as well. So now the ball back at the 20. So second down 15 coming up for the Kodiaks. High snap again. They fake the pass, and again, Cashmere smelling it out and beautifully making a stop. Cole Scott there, the nose tackle here for Cashmere on the carry short by Xavier Ritzmeyer. And a loss again back to the 17-yard line.
Cole Scott's such a big guy. You know, that's the kind of guy you want as nose tackle. 6'3", 265 pounds, and he's only a junior, Eric. He's going to have a stellar season this year, and just wait till next year.
Well, and he's got some fleet feet.
He really does.
Too,
good feet.
For a big fella.
Yep.
I always was asked, well, you're an offensive lineman. Were you fast? I said, no, I was quick.
There's a big difference.
There is a big difference.
Yep.
I could go 5 yards in a hurry. High snap again to Warnicke. He wants to throw left, and the ball is caught out there, and it's going to be short of the first down, but a good diving catch
Enlow,
on the far side of the field by Enlow. Yeah, number 13. He'll have it out to the 30-yard line, so a gain of 13 yards on the pass play. It'll bring up fourth down and, well, a punting situation, but at least they got out of the shadows of their own end zone, did Cascade.
Another nice pass by Warnicke, too, right on the money that time, and a nice catch by Enlow. He's been a popular receiver. He's made 4 catches. That's the most of any receiver for Cascade.
Well, we'll see how Warnica is doing after that injury. It looked like maybe a leg or a back, and he'll just punt this one forward. But on the return for Cashmere is number 10. That's Jack Crochet. And we got a flag down at the end of the play. Might be a face mask against the Kodiaks. They had great coverage there on a short kick. In fact, negative yardage on the return, but let's check the flag.
You can see the runner's head just kind of snap to the side momentarily, and that usually is a face mask.
31-yard punt. And it is against the Kodiaks. And again, costly penalties here against Cascade. That'll be their 5th penalty for 45 yards, in this first half. How much offense do they have in this first half? You negate the penalties, and
boy, I guess
it hurts badly.
That's a good point.
So Cashmere could really put a dent in the scoreboard right now with 2:47 to go in a half as they get the ball back. And now great field position on the positive side of the 50 at the 47 of Cascade after the penalty. I think Phillips going to go for the deep ball again. Look for brother Nate. Fake the handoff. Roll to his right. Throws out in the flat. The ball caught over there. Across the 45, inside the 40, down to about the 38. And another flag will fall behind the play. We could have maybe block of the back or a hold against Cashmere. The Bulldogs are backing up. That flag came from the referee who was behind the play. Right now, it is about an 8-yard gain, but it is going to march backwards on an illegal block on the pass play against the Bulldogs. Oh, a personal foul against Cashmere.
Personal foul on the Bulldogs.
Like that play call, too. A little quick hitter out in the flat, gain of about 8, maybe 9. Nice play.
Well, it'll be first down.
Not, Eric.
First down over again, and they'll get it back on the Cashmere side of midfield. In fact, all the way back to the 38 after the 15-yard penalty.
Wow.
That is 3 penalties and 45 yards against Cashmere. So they haven't been penalized much, but they've been penalized heavily. Snap back to Phillips. Throws out the flat ball. Caught by Nate out there. Trying to shake a tackle, but not happening. Good job by Cascade defensively there by Braden Parton. We saw him play some quarterback and now makes a great job as a defensive back. Short gain out to the 42. It'll be 2nd down and long.
Gain of 5 on the play.
But Phillips needed that completion. He's had 5 straight incompletions, so that's just a confidence builder for him.
Again, the Hector Hernandez is kind of the slot back to the right. He's been in motion a lot tonight. Phillips back, fakes the handoff, throws it back in the flat to Nate. Nate to the 50, dancing along, waiting for blocks up the near sideline. He steps inside the 40 and going to be close to a first down for Cashmere.
I love how he waited for his blockers to get in front of him and then use those blockers along the sideline. That got him about another 8-9 yards.
They're going to put it at the 37 of Cascade, so that's a first down, Grant. 21 yards on the pass play, and most of that's on the feet of Nate Phillips.
He's a talented kid, too, just like his brother Sam. 3rd catch now for about 29 yards.
And Cascade is going to take a timeout. We'll keep it right here on the NCWLIFE Channel. Reminder, our broadcast tonight brought to you in part by Jeffers, Danielson, Son, and Aylward attorneys, serving the Wenatchee Valley with the finest professional services since 1946. Also by Laura Mountain Real Estate, rated world's best real estate firm for the Wenatchee Valley in 2020. Well, it's fun to be out here amongst the crowd, an actual crowd on hand here tonight. You got the band here tonight. You got the cheerleaders here tonight. It feels, and it's cold out here.
Right.
It feels like football.
It does. It seems normal right now, doesn't it? It does.
Yeah, although typically, as we mentioned, this game would be absolutely packed, full of bodies around the track and here in the stands and everything else. So not quite back to normal, but we're getting there slowly but surely. First down for Cashmere. After the Cascade timeout, that's their 2nd timeout of the half. They've got 1 left. Cashmere still has 2 as Sam Phillips, see what he does here on a first down and 10. Fakes the handoff. Ooh, maybe a flag could have come there. Throw downfield. The ball is incomplete. We've got a flag in the defensive backfield. I thought there was a hold, honestly, on the right side of the offense. Miguel Sanchez, the tight end, threw a guy down for Cascade. Meanwhile, though, it looks like a pass interference penalty may be coming against the defense.
And I got to say, I didn't see a whole lot of contact between the two down there.
Nor did I. They're going to call a hold instead of pass interference.
So just like earlier, Eric, Phillips could have kept that ball. He had all kinds of field on that right side.
He did. Ball kind of underthrown a little bit on that pass play. And from the previous spot, it's a 10-yard penalty, so that should be a first down. It will be. Although they put it at the 26. I thought they had it at the 37. So an 11-yard penalty. 26-yard line is where they'll put it. By the way, that is the sixth penalty now for 55 yards against Cascade. Ouch. Sam Phillips back to pass again. Got good protection, throwing down in the corner of the end zone. Off the extended fingertips of a diving Nate Phillips. Pretty good coverage again for Cascade back there. Defensively, again, it was Brandon Parton for the Kodiaks.
Boy, he had his brother there on that fly pattern to the end zone. He just got separation at about the 5 yard. The ball just overthrown her. That's 6 points.
And I know you've got a twin brother. You got brothers. I mean, how many times did you work that in the backyard?
I was
with
just thinking
Nerf
that same
ball?
thing.
I mean, okay, right here, corner of the end zone.
And I was the quarterback, and he was a receiver, too. So, yeah, that looked familiar.
Second down coming up from the Cascade 26. Ball left hash mark for Sam Phillips. Steps back, throws the ball.
Good
nicely
team.
knocked away on the defensive play by Kai Lumen out there. The ball intended in the flat, and it looked like they were going for Jack Crochet. Incomplete. What a beautiful defensive play.
Oh, it really was. That pass wasn't that bad. And that's a tough throw out there, but a great play by Kai Lumen.
That's one thing, the advantage of, and I don't even know if they had the shotgun back when you were in high school. I mean, did you run out of the shotgun much?
We did.
It just gives you so much more time to purvey the field.
It
you know,
does.
Phillips on that last pass just took one step back and threw out to the flat. Got a 3rd and 10 here. Fakes the handoff. Rolls to his right. Got time. Throws downfield. The ball high. Through the hands of the receiver and almost picked off down there as they was looking for number 80 again, Dominic Harrington. Pass incomplete. Brings up 4th down.
Once again, a beautifully thrown ball, though, by Phillips. Perfect spiral. This kid can throw it, that's for sure. And that had some steam on it, too.
Sling it.
I like that slinging.
He's got that sling to it.
He does.
Minute 28, clock stops here on the incomplete pass. 15-6 our score sits. A couple of scores for Cashmere. One big one on a big 70-plus yard touchdown pass and catch. And now Sam Phillips just looking for 10 yards here. Cascade jumping around up front, and looked to me like they jumped offside, but no, we're going to get a timeout taken by Cashmere first. We'll break for 30 seconds as well, with a minute 28 to go here in the half. 15-6 Cashmere on top. You're watching the Pear Bowl on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Hi, I'm Shauna Larson. I'm the designated broker here at Laura Mounter Real Estate. We are a locally owned firm, and we've worked hard to earn our reputation of always doing business the right way. Laura Mounter Real Estate is continually investing in the best technologies and highest quality marketing. For these reasons, our community has voted us the world's best real estate office for the past 5 years. If you have real estate needs, let a Laura Mounter Real Estate agent show you the difference.
After Cashmere's second time out, they're left with one left here in the half as they have a decision here on 4th down and 10. McCabe will be in the backfield a couple of yards back of Sam Phillips, who's in the shotgun here on this 4th down play. Receives the pass from center, now throwing down in the end zone, looking for Harrington. He's open, he's got it! Touchdown, Cashmere! What a pass from Sam Phillips, and coming wide open in the end zone, Dominic Dominic Harrington, at the last possible moment, he collects it for the touchdown about 8 yards deep in the end zone.
Second touchdown catch of the night for Harrington, and a great pass once again by Sam Phillips, his 15th of the night. Touchdown for 26 yards.
On 4th and 10, Cashmere strikes for another point, 6 points exactly.
That hurts psychologically.
It
for
really
the Kodiaks.
does. Right before the half. Extra point attempt here by Miguel Sanchez out of the hold of Phillips. Snap on the point after back, the spot down, the kick away, a line drive kick, and it's good. No good. No good. Wide left on the point after touchdown. We'll take another 30-second break and come back. Minute 21 to go here in the half. 21-6, Cashmere leads Cascade. You're watching the Pear Bowl on the NCWLIFE Channel.
The world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate, available in the GMC Sierra.
Cashmere took the ball from the Cascade 47-yard line, and even though they went backwards for a couple of moments, they take the drive. 8 plays, 47 yards, minute 26 off the clock. On a 4th and 10, 26-yard pass play from Sam Phillips to Harrington. Extra point was wide to the left, so with a minute 21, it's 21-6, Cashmere on top. Sanchez's kickoff, though, is going to sail out of bounds. It was a good kick.
Boy, he kicked that leg.
A little bit wide left again after the point after touchdown went wide left. So decent field position here for Cascade. In fact, they'll have it at their own 35-yard line.
That's right. You think about it, that's a big penalty.
It is. It is. Minute 21. Cascade with 1 timeout left. Well, what do you do if you're the Kodiaks here, Grant?
I don't think you just kind of be okay with this. I think you try and get down as quickly as you can and get some points out of this.
You can't afford to turn it over again.
No, you can't do that.
For sure. As Cashmere up front defensively has been able to turn up the pressure on Cole Warnicka here as Jordy Sanchez, I should say, in there at nose tackle right now. Diminutive one, but watch for him. Warnicka sends a man in motion. He'll come back and then go back left, and then a handoff to the tailback, and nothing happening at all. Cashmere, again, stiff defensively up front, and that big fella you like, Cole Scott, was one of the first men there for the Bulldogs. A loss of 2 yards on the play.
Also, Colson Bruner from his tackle position also made the stop there along with Scott. Good job. You mentioned it, Eric, up front by Cashmere, and they've really kind of forced themselves on Cascade in the second quarter.
They've been winning the battle at the line of scrimmage, that's for sure. They've got a tip pass that ended up in an interception here in this first half so far. 45 seconds left, and now Cascade, do you try to go for it all here again, or do you get a little conservative?
Looks like they're going to get a little conservative.
Warnicka, man in motion, high snap, fake the handoff to him. Warnicka's going to keep it. He got hurt last time he ran the football. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage and maybe back to the original line of scrimmage. Odenreiter on the tackle here for Cashmere. It'll be a 3rd down coming up. If they need to run one more play, they don't need to. If they don't want to. A gain of just a yard on that play to the 34, and that's going to be our first half of play. Interesting first half. It was not the prettiest of first halves. I'm sure both coaches would tell you, but I'm sure Brian Bremer will be happy to head into the locker room with his team up 21-6 here in the 2021 edition of the Pear Bowl. We'll take a 2-minute break and come back. We're at halftime here where Cashmere leads Cascade 21-6. We'll be back with more here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
By working together as a community, we can all play a part in promoting children's well-being and strengthening families. April is National Child Abuse Prevention Month. Chelan Douglas CASA is dedicated to supporting families and reducing the risk of child abuse and neglect. Join us in our community-wide Pinwheel project and help keep kids safe. If you suspect a child is being abused or neglected, please call 1-866-363-4276.
Building. It's in our blood. Building something out of nothing. It takes heart, grit, and hard work. At One Way Construction, our crew is our family. With decades of contracting experience and our in-house design team, we bring a unique perspective to building. We know that if we work together, we are capable of reaching heights that are impossible to reach alone. The possibilities are endless.
Hi, I'm Shauna Larson. I'm the designated broker here at Laura Mounter Real Estate. We are a locally owned firm, and we've worked hard to earn our reputation of always doing business the right way. Laura Mounter Real Estate is continually investing in the best technologies and highest quality marketing. For these reasons, our community has voted us the world's best real estate office for the past 5 years. If you have real estate needs, let a Laura Mounter Real Estate agent show you the difference.
Back once again here to Cashmere High School, where we've got cheerleaders performing here at halftime. And let me see if I can get their names right. Juliana Alvarado, Georgia Andrew, Shaylin Fitzpatrick, Haley Larson, Neely Ovidell, and Maya Pryatt. All entertaining the crowd here. Yes, crowd here at halftime. And we hope you've enjoyed this first half of play here on the NCWLIFE Channel, where the Cashmere Bulldogs lead the Cascade Kodiaks 21-6. The Bulldogs had the first possession of the football game. Cascade will get it first to start the second half. And it was 3 backwards and out, and a 35-yard punt gave Cascade the ball at its own 31-yard line. And a very methodical drive led by Cole Warnica, who just, he looks like an aged quarterback at the senior position back there here for the Cascade Kodiaks. He would hit Lumen for a touchdown pass to cap a 14-play, 69-yard drive, taking 7 minutes and 30 seconds off the clock. The point after touchdown was blocked by Bruner. That made it 6-0 Cascade with about 3 minutes to go in that first half of play. Cashmere would get its second possession of the ball game at its own 27-yard line, and on a 3rd down and 7 from its own 30, Sam Phillips would hit his wide receiver Dominic Harrington on a short pass up the left sideline. He'd get a big block over there, and that would spring him loose to go the distance for a 71-yard touchdown pass and reception. The extra point, a 2-point conversion with the Phillips to Phillips connection, made it an 8-6 Cashmere lead after the big 3-play, 73-yard drive, taking a minute 33 seconds off the clock. Cascade again would get the football, its second possession of the first quarter, at its 9-yard line after a long kickoff. But on a first down from its own 25-yard line, the ball would be intercepted, the first of 2 interceptions by the Kodiaks in that first half. Sam Phillips would come up with the interception, and Cashmere would have it at the 49-yard line, but would not be able to take advantage. In fact, a short punt by Cashmere of just 12 yards after a 3-and-out put Cascade in decent field position at its own 33-yard line. They would get it to the 35, but that would be it, and punt it away. 32-yard punt put Cashmere first down at its own 33. The Bulldogs would eventually get it into Cascade territory, but would turn it over on downs on a 4th down at the 33-yard line of the Kodiak. So Cascade would get the ball back with 6:06 to go in the first half, but again, an interception by Sam Phillips, his second of the first half, and a big return on the interception would return it all the way to the Kodiak's 5-yard line, and then just one play for McCabe to run it in for the touchdown. Extra point was good by Sanchez. That made it a 15
15-6 score in the first half with 5 minutes and 4 seconds left in that first half of play. Again, Cascade would struggle offensively as we saw their starting quarterback Cole Warnica stay on the sidelines for another series as he was shaken up on a running play midway through that second quarter. 3 and out for Cascade gave Cashmere the ball back at its own 47-yard line. The Bulldogs again would hit on a 4th down from the 26. Phillips to Harrington, his second connection with Harrington in the ball game. The extra point was wide left, made it 21-6, and that is our score here at halftime. And you wonder about Cole Warnica. It was a high snap and a short running play, and it kind of looked non-eventful, Grant, but he definitely was shaken up on that play.
It could have hit him under the shoulder pads, maybe under his shoulder and his back. It looked like a back injury the way he was stretching.
The way he was stretching, it was leaning to the side and trying to stretch out the ribs or the back, what it looked like anyway from our perspective.
And you mentioned it, Eric. He's been having to deal with high snaps pretty much the entire first half, so it's kind of thrown that offense off a little bit too, I think.
He's also been having to deal with the people in his face after that first drive.
Right.
Cashmere really settled in defensively. We'll talk about the first half stats when we come back. Our broadcast tonight on the NCWLIFE Channel brought to you by One Way Construction. One Way is a premier custom home builder and general contractor in North Central Washington. One Way Construction, your project, your way. Also by Global Car Care. Your vehicle is their number one priority. Diesel and European cars are their specialty. Pickup and drop off also available. Stop by their website at globalcarcare.net. Grant will have our first half stats when we return after this 2-minute timeout. Halftime of the 28th Pear Bowl on the 30th anniversary of the game. It's a 21-6 Cashmere lead over Cascade. We're back with more here at halftime on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Sure glad we went to Les Schwab.
I'm glad the baby's still happy.
Well, I'm just glad that along with tires, Les Schwab also does brakes, alignment, and a bunch of other safety services. I mean, if we had gone to a cheap tire store instead, I'd be a doggone wreck.
My thoughts exactly.
During the Les Schwab Spring Tire Sale, save up to $200 when you bundle select tires, wheels, and brakes. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Save Mart is the place to go if you are in the market for home furnishings. They have rows and rows of sofas, love seats, recliners, and chairs, and a vast array of fabrics and colors. Name brands include Ashley, Best, and Stanton. With pictures, lamps, and tables to complement your new furniture, Save Mart is a one-stop shop. Save Mart offers 12-month special financing on approval of credit. Save Mart also offers free delivery, setup, and haul away in their service area. Serving the Wenatchee Valley for over 50 years. Located on North Wenatchee Avenue or visit online at savemart.net.
JDSA Law is a proud sponsor of these local sports broadcasts. They've been serving North Central and Eastern Washington since 1946. For over 70 years, their team of dedicated professionals has delivered quality, innovative legal services. JDSA Law partners with you to provide the finest legal advice and support as you navigate your personal and business challenges, risks, and accomplishments. At JDSA Law, they salute our local athletes and wish them well on another excellent season of competition.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you get 35 years of experience and customer service in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's friendly staff strongly believe in repairing before replacing and service all major brands of HVAC units. Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning is your local, independent, trained comfort specialists, proudly serving all of North Central Washington. Call 884-6444 today.
Back once again, halftime here in Cashmere, where the Bulldogs lead the Cascade Kodiaks 21-6 at halftime of the 28th Pear Bowl. It began in 1991 when the editors of the Cashmere Record and the Leavenworth Echo decided that, hey, we got to put together a trophy here of some sort. So I'm sure it was Haglund's Trophies that came up with the actual trophy itself, which is on hand here tonight. It's been living at the high school in Leavenworth for the last year plus after Cascade knocked off Cashmere. Cashmere 33-28 in 2019. That broke a 4-year string of Cashmere wins. The Bulldogs hold the overall advantage in this series 18-9 and are trying to get that trophy back. And you talk to Cashmere fans as well as Cashmere players and coaches, and they don't realize when they dominate a series like that how much it means to them until they don't have that trophy anymore.
Exactly right. Exactly right. It happens like that in a lot of sports, but that's totally true.
Our broadcast tonight on the NCWLIFE Channel brought to you in part by Les Schwab Tires. Les Schwab Tires takes your safety seriously every time you stop by. Also by Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, providing heating and air conditioning service and installation since 1982, serving residential and commercial that specialize in indoor air quality, installation, and service or repair. Well, Grant Olson, what do our stats look like for this first half of play?
Well, we'll start with the Cascade Kodiaks, and on the ground, Cole Warnicka, the quarterback, had 6 carries for 16 yards. Kai Lumen had 3 carries for 4. Cody Enlow, 3 carries, 1 yard. He had some losses in there. Rixmeyer also carried the ball twice for 0 yards. Brett Farmer, 1 carry for 8 yards. And Karsten Dillon did carry it 3 times for 16 yards. So on the ground, 18 carries, 35 yards for the Kodiaks. Through the air now, Cole Warnicka, he ended up 6 of 10 for 51 yards, a touchdown and an interception in that first half. Braden Parton also came in briefly. He had 2 passes for no yards and the other interception. So 2 interceptions in that half for the Kodiaks. Receiving, the big receiver in that first half was Cody Enlow with 4 catches for 27 yards. Kai Lumen, 3 catches, 11 yards. And Gavin Pulse, 1 catch, 13 yards, and a touchdown. So through the air, as I mentioned, 6 of 10, 51 yards. That's 86 yards total for Cascade.
And then you look at that, 6 penalties and 55 yards. I wondered how much, almost half of their offense taken away by penalty in that first half.
It just shows you that you drive down and score in the first possession doesn't mean a thing.
No, it doesn't.
Now for the Cashmere Bulldogs with the lead at halftime on the ground. Hunter McCabe, a tough one so far this first half. 7 carries, 11 yards. Sam Phillips has a carry for 12 yards. Hernandez also 1 carry, -3 yards. And also Sanchez did have 2 carries for 5 yards in that first half. So Cashmere on the ground, 11 carries, 25 yards rushing in that first half. Through the air, Sam Phillips. Okay first half. He was 5 of 15, but don't let that fool you. 126 yards, and he also has 2 touchdowns in that first half.
Of course, 71 of that on one play.
That was on one play, yeah. And the receiver on that, in fact, he has 2 touchdowns in the ball game as Harrington, 1 for 71 yards and the other one for 26 yards. So he has 2 catches, 97 yards and 2
Pretty
touchdowns
good average
in that first half. So
45-yard average.
Cashmere total yards in the first half, 151 yards.
Well, there you go. There have been some great defensive plays in this first half of play. There's been some little sloppy offensive plays, you could say. Rivalry game. I mean, you're going to get a mix of it all, but both coaching staffs were very adamant before this ball game when I talked to them earlier this week that ball control and not giving it up was going to be a big difference in this ball game. Well, it's 21-6 Cashmere on top, and they have 2 interceptions in this ball game, both by Sam Phillips. One directly led to a touchdown for the Bulldogs. So advantage Cashmere, but we still have another half to play.
And as you said, Eric, it's those 2 interceptions and all the penalties for Cascade and 1 big play for Cashmere. We'd have a whole different ball game here at halftime.
21-6 our score in the 28th version of the Pear Bowl here at Cashmere tonight, where the Bulldogs lead at 21-6. Our broadcast brought to you by Save Mart. Shop smart, shop local, serving in the Wenatchee Valley since 1962. Also by Earthwise Pet. If your pet had a choice, they'd choose Earthwise. We hope you choose to stay with us because we'll be back. Second half action is straight ahead after this 2-minute timeout. You're watching the Pear Bowl on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Wenatchee Power Sports not only has a new owner, but an all-new attitude to match. Speaking of attitude, check out the 2021 models arriving now. Polaris snowmobiles, ATVs and side-by-sides. Yamaha motorcycles, watercraft, ATVs and side-by-sides. KTM motorcycles and the latest edition Beta high-performance motorcycles. Coming this fall, a huge demo event featuring the latest and hottest off-road machines. It's all at the retuned Wenatchee Power Sports, where maximum performance is a way of life. 3031 GS Center Road in North Wenatchee, open Tuesday through Saturday. Highlander Golf Course is proud to announce their 2 new state-of-the-art full-swing golf simulators with over 80 courses of virtual golf to choose from year-round. Or try their laser shot simulated firearm program, or gaming with football, basketball, and much more. Enjoy Highlander food and drink service from their full-service bar and grill in the comfort of their simulator room. Call the Highlander Pro Shop to book your time at 884-4653. That's 884-4653.
Take on the new year in a new Ford from Pat Armstrong Ford. From premium grade muscle to unparalleled performance. Take on any payload. The all-new 2021 Ford F-150 at Pat Armstrong Ford. Take on any adventure. Take on every thrill. The all-new 2021 Bronco Sport and 2021 Mustang Mach-E. Built to take on every resolution at Pat Armstrong Ford. We are community strong in East Wenatchee.
Well, 2 big plays in that first half. It was a 71-yard touchdown pass, Sam Phillips involved in that, and a big interception return by Sam Phillips. One of 2 interceptions that he had in the first half, and that's really their difference in the ballgame. 21-6 our score at halftime of the Pear Bowl here on the NCWLIFE Channel, along with Grant Olson and I'm Eric Granstrom. Hi, everybody. We're on TV. Holy cow, how about that? I forgot how fun it is to sit on the cold metal
fix my hat
aluminum bleachers here. Yeah,
it's been a while since we've done this.
Hey, a reminder, it's going to be much warmer tomorrow, much nicer weather tomorrow for soccer. We're going to have that live on the NCWLIFE Channel. The rematch. Boy, here we go. We got 6-0 Eastmont hosting 5-1 Wenatchee. Don't miss it. Sebastian Moronga, Matt Wisen have your play-by-play. 12:50 pregame, 1 o'clock with the kickoff at Wildcat Stadium tomorrow, live here on the NCWLIFE Channel. We're going to have more football next Friday here on the NCWLIFE Channel. Eastmont celebrating senior night against the Afraid Tigers. This one is going to be interesting. Those two haven't played in a long time. You've got Freda now that is a 2A, 1A school, kind of in the CWAC they were. Right. I think they still are, but with the regions, it's all out the window. And then Eastmont, they playing Moses Lake tonight, hoping to get a winning game heading into that matchup next Friday. We'll have that here live on the NCWLIFE Channel. So, what do you do if you're Cascade trailing it here by a couple of scores in this second half?
I think they got to get their big quarterback throwing it in the air. The running game isn't doing a whole lot for Cascade right now. Even when Warnica runs it, 2 or 3 yard gain, he's got to use that big size and that big arm and get it down the field and get back in this one.
If you're Cashmere, they've been able to do a good job of controlling the line of scrimmage defensively. I think you just stick your bad boys up front on number 12 and say, go get him.
And I think instead of maybe throwing it downfield on some of those rollouts, Sam Phillips, we may see him keep the ball and get those 10, 12, 15-yard games, because that field, when he rolls, is wide open.
He's got the wheels, that is for sure.
He's a talented athlete.
He really is. And we knew it was going to be a battle of 2 quarterbacks, and so far that battle, the edge goes to number 12 for Cashmere, not 12 for Cascade. But we got a whole half of football to go. Any rivalry, you know what they say, Grant, you toss the records out the window.
And this is true for this game.
It really is. So here we go, getting ready for second half action. The ball will be kicked away. Cascade won the toss, and they elected to defer. So it will be Miguel Sanchez who will kick the ball away here for Cashmere. And meanwhile, Cody Enlow, who is very dangerous standing at his own 5-yard line, to receive the kickoff. The kick high and short. Enlow's looking for it. Bounces, and then he'll pick it up at about the 14. Dances around one man. Look out, he's got some room to the 25. And if he doesn't make the tackle for Cashmere, Miguel Sanchez, the man who kicked it off, he could still be running.
Got a nice block, too, initially. It kind of sprung him at about the 20-yard line, but a good play, as you mentioned, to make that stop.
So 11:53 will be the time that Cascade will officially take the ball over here to start our second half of play. And they'll have it at their own 25-yard line. trailing it here 21-6. So coaching, halftime adjustments. We'll see. And I don't see, is Cole Warnick out there? I don't see him.
No, he's not.
It looks like it will be Braden Parton who will run the offense here in the second half. We talked about the injury to Cole Warnick in that first half, and we'll see he's standing on the sideline right now. Parton will send a man in motion, high snap to him. He's throwing downfield, wobbly pass. The ball is basically defended by the offensive player. Good job by Cody Enlow just to get a hand up and kind of knock that ball down to keep it away from the defense. Meanwhile, we've got flags around where the ball was thrown from.
It's funny, the cornerback, Jack Croce, was just standing there with his hands waiting for that ball to get to him.
It did look like the offensive guy was the defender.
It did.
It looks like Cashmere's backing up here, so penalty possibly against the Bulldogs. They were penalized, 3 times for 45 yards in that first half. So
there were a lot of penalties in that first half.
There were. Our official, the referee tonight. It'll be a hold against the defense. That penalty is declined, but roughing the passer penalty will be accepted, and that'll be a 15-yard penalty against Cashmere.
And roughing the passer on the Bulldogs.
So 4 penalties, 60 yards against the Bulldogs, 6 penalties, 55 yards against Cascade.
Boy, this is a situation that Cascade needs to take advantage of. Good field position now, first down on your own 40.
And again, it is the sophomore, 5'9", 165-pound Braden Parton rolling to his right, throwing downfield. Good-looking pass. The ball is incomplete, however, as it was tended for Caston Dillon. Boy, they've been looking for 81 a lot tonight here for Cascade. But the pass incomplete brings up second down at 10 from the 40.
That was by far the best pass that Parton has thrown since he's been in this ball game. Of the 4 passes, does have an interception and no completions yet.
Dominic Harrington on the coverage for Cashmere downfield. Harrington's been involved in several deep plays, both defensively and offensively here tonight for Cashmere. Second and 10 coming up from the 40 as the wind seems to have shifted a little bit. There's not much of a breeze, but what breeze there is, boy, it is icy cold on the back of the neck. They'll shift Caston Dillon from left over to the right side here, as Parton will wait for him to set up and then ask for the snap from his center. High snap again. Boy, we've seen that a lot tonight. Handoff on a dance around the right side and nothing happening.
The big guy.
Xavier Ritzmeyer again on the carry, but right there, Cole Scott, who's just having a feast of a night tonight for Cashmere. Loss of 3 yards on the play.
That's the third carry of the night now for Ritzmeyer with -3 yards. Been tough running for both teams, really, hasn't it? Nobody's really broke a big run. 5 yards has been about it.
Yeah, you've got pretty well matched up speed for speed trying to get around the outside, and then you got the big fellas up front doing a great job defensively inside. Let's see what the Kodiaks decide to do here on a 3rd down and 13 from their own 37-yard line. So positive yards after a 15-yard penalty against the defense, but not much else happening. Parton gets the snap from center, looking downfield, throwing a wobbly pass again. The ball caught at the 41-yard line, and there the man is again for the Kodiaks. Coming up with it, Cody Enlow's got a busy night tonight for the Cascade Kodiaks.
Boy, you had a man early in that route. Kai Lumen was wide open in the flat. Instead, he went downfield and ends up with, a 22-yard pickup.
22 yards on the pass play. It wasn't the prettiest of passes at all. It fluttered through the air quite a bit, but he was able to get it to Enlow. And Cody, the 5'8", 165-pounder, able to get room in front of the defensive back to get the pass and the collection. And it's a first down on the Cashmere side of midfield here at the 41 of the Bulldogs. Ball left hash mark as the sophomore continues to run at quarterback. Parton hands it off this time. Enlow again trying to get around the end, but he won't. Got it back to the line of scrimmage, and that is all. As Cashmere this time coming up is Jack Croce. Good job by the defensive back to come up and swarm in on the tackle.
Read that all the way. Good defensive line play, too. The offensive line couldn't really get disengaged from him. That didn't spring that running play.
It just seems that those take a little longer than necessary to try to reach the edge. But, I mean, that give credit to the defense. They're stringing you out there as well. 2nd down and 10 coming up from the 41 ball right hash mark this time. Parton looking left, has pressure, throws deep downfield, just chucked it up there, and it's intercepted at the 10-yard line. We've got a flag down behind the play. It's Croce on the return as he'll get it out to the 40, but let's check the penalty flag here. It's right down exactly where the pass was intended. We had a little extracurricular downfield after the play, but again, let's check the penalty flag in the defensive backfield. Cascade's offense is staying on the field here.
I can't imagine that would be interference. It didn't look like anything at all, did it?
I didn't see anything, but then again, there could have been something prior to the ball coming down towards the intended receiver. Again, Jack Croce made the play over on the defensive stop on the sideline, and now would-be interception. But let's see if he got it with clean hands. Cashmere's offense is coming out on the field. Maybe wide receiver pushing off. Our referee tonight from the Chelan County Association will say offensive pass interference, and they will decline it. And the interception will stand by Croce. So the 3rd interception by Cashmere's defense tonight will give the Bulldogs their first possession of the second half with 9:15 to go in the 3rd quarter, and the ball just outside the 40-yard line. Well, we mentioned that how important Cole Warnica is on the offensive end of the world for Cascade, and if he's not able to go, it's going to be maybe a long second half here.
Well, it makes me wonder a little bit about these long passes from Parton, too. He's just in the game, and it's been flutter balls so far.
So Sam Phillips, who's had a good first half, will hand it off to Hunter McCabe, who pecks his way across the 40 out to the 45 before he stood up by a host of Kodiaks. Brett Fraker, one of the first there for the men in white. It'll be a 2nd down. They're going to give him a gain of 6 yards.
Yeah. He's a big kid. There's no doubt about that. Gets ahead of steam. He can do some damage
6 foot, 190 pounds. You know, I go back to those days. I talked about Jack McMillan. Jack McMillan always seemed to have a running back who was also their middle linebacker who was about 5'11", 6 foot, and 190 pounds. I swear they had some sort of cookie cutter up in Cascade. 2nd down coming up from the 46, 2nd and 4 for the Bulldogs. And defense is going to jump off sides here.
Was he drawn off?
Hands clapping for Cashmere's offensive front, as a little eager to get in was Caston Dillon. He's had a great game here tonight for Cascade, but this time caught for the offsides, and that 5-yard penalty should give the Bulldogs a first down.
This is such a big drive for both teams right now, especially the Kodiaks, Eric. They have to get some kind of stop. They can't give up another touchdown here in this 3rd quarter.
Well, it was 2nd and about 4 yards to go, and a 5-yard penalty should give them a first down.
It did.
Okay. Just wanted to.
You were right.
See, and I'll talk about the mechanics of the officials here after this play. 1st and 10 from the Cascade 49 for Cashmere now, as Phillips comes up under center. Handoff McCabe. Boy, big block up front inside the 40 to the 39 before he spilled down. A gain of 11 yards and a first down for Cashmere to the 38-yard line.
Big block again by that left tackle. Cole Scott at 6'3", 265, opened up a big hole for McCabe, his best run of the night.
So the march-off on the penalties is always the umpire, and the umpire looks to his side guys, the head linesman and the line judge, for the yardage on the penalties. So you're not actually marking it off. You're looking to the guy on the side who should be able to do the math for you.
Right.
Phillips throws out the flat. The ball caught by Harrington. Got a great block and stumbles inside the 30. Tumbles out of bounds at about the 27. Going to be another gulp of 10 yards and a first down for Cashmere.
This time that block was the right tackle, Colson Bruner, 6 foot, 235 pounds. He made that play happen. The offensive line of Cashmere is doing a great job.
11 yards on the pass play from Phillips to Harrington. We've heard that several times tonight, haven't we?
We have. That puts Harrington A pretty good game right now, over 100 yards at 108 yards receiving.
7:49, clock stopped on the play that went out of bounds. Cashmere up 21-6, trying to add to it here right now. First down and 10. Handoff again, McCabe. Look at that line push up front as they trying to determine their will here as he takes it inside the 25 to about the 23-yard line. 5 yards every time he seems to touch the ball now after so many of those 5-yard gulps in the first half.
Had 7 carries for 11 yards in the first half.
We'll put it down at the 23, so about 4 yards. So second down and 6 coming up for Cashmere. And if you're the Bulldogs, you got that offensive line working for you. Why would you do anything other than just keep running that ball?
And I'd throw Phillips in a run here at some point, too.
Phillips fakes the handoff. No, he's going to throw downfield. What do we know? Wide open receiver. The ball is dropped.
That was a touchdown right there. That was a beautifully thrown ball by Phillips once again, and just a plain and simple drop.
And looking for Harrington for the third connection and a third touchdown opportunity. He had it, but he dropped it.
It'll bring up third down for the Bulldogs.
Well, just as we talk about why would you do anything other than run it, they show us that there's a reason we're announcers and not having anything to do with play calling.
I just love his throwing motion, Phillips. It's so pure out there. I love to watch him throw.
Well, he's a big kid, too. It's 6'2", and he takes that ball high on the release, too. So there's very little chance to get it tipped at the line of scrimmage. Third down, man in motion, handoff McCabe, right side, first down and more inside the 20 to the 17-yard line before he's finally spilled down by Kai Lumen. It'll be a first down for Cashmere.
Another easy 7-yard gain for McCabe that time. Once again, the line doing a fantastic job. Dawson Spies and Colson Bruner on the right side of that line.
Spies or Spies? I think
Is it Spies?
I think it might be Spies.
He's only a sophomore, too, Eric.
Clock continues to wind after they reset the chains with 6:42 to go here in this third quarter of the 28th version of the Pear Bowl, celebrating its 30th year since they started it back in 1991 this year. And McCabe looked like he got a little early start. No flag down, but McCabe is going to get rejected at the line of scrimmage as Cascade came up big this time, as it was Jones Duncan leading the charge. In fact, the ball came up with Xavier Ritzmeyer, but no turnover. In fact, they're going to give Cashmere no gain, or maybe a yard to the 16.
Nope,
maybe. No gain.
Nope.
Second down and 10 coming up from the 16 for the Bulldogs. Our broadcast brought to you by Pat Armstrong Ford Lincoln, home of the lifetime warranty at Pat Armstrong Ford Lincoln. Customer satisfaction is #1. Stop by today. Second down at 10. Motion man again, right to left. Handoff McCabe. First down and more to the 5. And then finally taken down at the 3-yard line. Enlow finally keeping McCabe out of the end zone, but not before he gallops for 13 yards to the 3-yard line.
13th carry of the game, 13 yards for McCabe. And he is having a half already, way above his first half total.
Hunter McCabe, 6 foot, 190 pounds, had 214 yards and a couple of touchdowns coming in. Maybe looking for his second touchdown tonight with 5:32 to go here in the third. Well, do you reward the offensive line with a dive play up the middle? We'll see. Defense has got 2 guys crammed inside, linebackers right behind him. They come through the gap, but McCabe takes the handoff, nearly got to the end zone, but then it stood up at the 2-yard line. Nice job by the linebacker, I believe that time coming in, as the Kodiaks were able to get Brett Fraker in there to keep him out of the end zone. It'll be second down and goal coming up from the 2.
Nice job, too, on that read by Jones Duncan. Eric, the linebacker, played a really good, read that well. He's only a sophomore as well. Boy, there's a lot of young players out here that are really playing well.
It bodes well for the future of both of these programs, getting so much playing time for these youngsters. Nate Phillips will split out wide to the left here. Sam Phillips under center. Sends a man in motion. They turn, fake it to him, pitch it back to McCabe. He's got blockers. He's got the end zone, but we got a flag down. And a apparent touchdown might go along the wayside here on a flag against the offensive line.
And I think it's going to be on right tackle, number 74, Colson Bruner. I don't know if it was so much of a hold, Eric, or he just wouldn't let the defensive player get back up. He just kind of laid on him, wouldn't let him go anywhere.
Well, that's a pancake
I guess
block,
that's
right?
a hold, right?
Okay, he was just looking for some syrup to put on that pancake. It is a hold, and that is the, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth penalty and 70 yards against Cashmere. 7 penalties and 60 yards against Cascade. So, 130 yards in penalties here tonight. Second down over again as they'll mark it off back to the 12-yard line. Boy, the temperature has just dipped here.
It really has. Last day of winter today, Eric, so it's still
official.
Official.
Okay. Did the time change? Was that last weekend?
It was.
That's why I'm off still. Sam Phillips rolling to his left, throwing to the end zone. We're going to get a flag down in the end zone. I think a hold going to be coming against the defense as Nate Phillips was breaking open.
I think it was number 36, Alex DeLange. Just grabbed on the receiver, got by him, and he just held that jersey, and that'll get called every single time.
Well, Phillips was lined out wide to the left. He probably did a little crossing pattern and then split out, then cut out towards the corner of the end zone. The official will tell us it is, before the ball was thrown, a hold against the defense. So it'll be second down over again after the penalty. And that'll put it back to the 6-yard line. That's what's interesting about that. It's a half the distance penalty against the defense, so it only goes down to the 6. So that'll be the 8th penalty of the night for 66 yards against Cascade. Ball at the 6. Second down and goal for the Bulldogs. The exchange with the center was not good. It falls on the ground, and so does Sam Phillips to cover the fumble. It'll be a loss back to the 7, so a loss of a yard brings up third. Well, again, you're off for 14 months with no football. You come back, and you don't even know if you're playing. And talking with Braden Weatherman here this week, he says, it's still weird. I mean, we just can't get into the flow with things.
Well, and it's time of year, too, makes it kind of strange.
So third and goal coming up from the 7, ball right hash mark. It's not been the prettiest game by any stretch. Throw in the weekend, but that's a pretty throw. And Nate Phillips comes up with a catch. Touchdown, Cashmere. Wow. What a pretty throw by Sam Phillips to his brother Nate. He comes down with a two-handed high point catch. And the 7-yard touchdown pass puts the Bulldogs up by a score of 27-6.
Third touchdown of the night for quarterback Sam Phillips, who has had a really good game through the air, racking up the yards now. And that was good blocking and a nice catch by brother Nate Phillips.
Miguel Sanchez will come in to try to tack on the extra point. He had one that sailed wide left in the first half out of the hold of Sam Phillips. Snap is good. The spot down, the kick away. Another line drive. This one is through the uprights. We'll take a 30-second break and come back. 3:25 to go here in the third. Cashmere now leads Cascade 28-6. You're watching the Pear Bowl on the NCWLIFE Channel.
My name is Brian Thorpe. I own Global Car Care in Wenatchee and have been here for about 25 years.
Brian started Global Car Care as Brian's automotive alternative on Orondo Street.
Some customers were following Brian since Brian's automotive time.
No, we're just grateful to be part of this community. This is where I grew up. We want to do our part to be a valuable part of this community. We want to thank you for trusting our business for 25 years.
Cashmere, 11 plays, 60 yards, 5 minutes and 40 seconds off the clock. The 7-yard touchdown pass from Sam to Nate, the Phillips to Phillips connection. And the extra point good makes it a 28-6 lead here for the home team, Cashmere, over Cascade. And the Kodiaks playing without their starting quarterback. And we'll see if Cole Warnick is going to be able to make a re-entry into this game. I kind of doubt it right now. Our broadcast tonight brought to you by Chelan Douglas Casa, court-appointed special advocates for children. As it will be Sanchez with the ball teed up at the 40-yard line. He's got a good leg.
Boy, he sure does.
Let's see where he decides to kick it off here. He's had one that went out of bounds. So that wasn't the greatest attempt. This high end-over-end kick. First, though, we got a penalty flag. I think we're going to get offsides on the kicking team. Boy, penalty here tonight against both teams. That penalty flag was right at the points of the kick, so they'll mark them back 5 yards. 6 penalties and 75 yards against Cashmere, 8 penalties, 66 yards against Cascade. I happen to hear the cheerleaders for the first time all night and pay attention to what they say, and they say, shake your booty. Well, you know, we've got the student body here, part of the student body anyway.
Got to stay warm, Eric.
Got to stay warm, yeah. Shake my booty as well. If I did that, the whole end of the bleachers here would rattle, though, so we don't want that. So after the 5-yard mark-off, Sanchez line drive kickoff again is going to be fielded back there at the 2-yard line. On the return is Lumen up across the 15, and that's about all he's going to get, maybe to the 17-yard line on the return. Maybe better put to let that ball go in the end zone. Right. It was close to going out of bounds, but he fielded it back at the 2-yard line. So Cascade will have not the greatest of field position here. First down with 3:19 to go here in the third quarter as they find themselves down on the scoreboard 28-6.
This is a huge drive for Cascade. They've got to get some points here in this third quarter to stay in this, or this could get ugly in the fourth.
So again, we'll see who comes out at quarterback here. You do not see the statured one of Cole Warnicka. So yes, it'll be the 5'9" sophomore Braden Partnan that will run the offense here on first down and 10. Sends a man in motion. That's Lumen. He's going to pitch it to him across the 15. Cuts back to about the 20. I thought maybe a handful of face masks happened there towards the end of the play. The tackle made by Luke Jacobson for Cashmere. Be a gain of 1. It'll be second down from the 21 coming up for the Kodiaks.
Coach Coffin's hands are kind of tied right now, Eric. You're down 28-6. Your starting quarterback's out. You need to get back into this game, probably through the air. So now what do? You can't run it up the middle for 2 yards. They're going to have Parton throw this football.
Yeah, we saw the last time they tried to throw it, interception by Croce, and third interception of the night for Cascade offensively, 2 now by Parton in this game. Second down, call it along 8 coming up for the Kodiaks. Again, Parton back to pass. What else can he do? Looks, throws, the ball is in and out of the hands. Defender came right as the ball came to Lumen's hands. Good job by Cashmere's Nate Phillips to jar the football loose. It'll bring up third down for the Kodiaks.
Boy, and Parton took a shot after he threw that from nose tackle Cole Scott. Big 265-pound Cole Scott. But he did have time initially to make that throw.
And he, in fact, checked down to his second receiver. So how about that for a sophomore quarterback?
Not bad.
So third and long coming up for Cascade. 2:26 left in the third. Clock stops on the incomplete pass. Soccer for you coming up tomorrow here on the NCWLIFE Channel. Big one tomorrow. Parton, pressure. Throws, ball, underthrown Lumen, and may have been tipped at the line of scrimmage. Looked like getting some pressure back there was Duke Odenreiter, and I think he got a big paw up there. And the ball falls incomplete, brings up a fourth down punting situation here for Cascade. Broadcast tonight brought to you by Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa. Great service with a personal touch. That's their commitment to you. Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa provides a different kind of full-service care that gives their clients peace of mind. Visit their showroom today.
Braden Parton now, Eric, 1 of 7 for 22 yards and an interception.
Well, here's something else, too. Alonzo Johnson comes out to punt this ball away. Cole Warnicka is their normal punter.
That's true.
So now their place kicker is going to punt. High snap over his head, down at the 5, and he's going to pick it up and be hit hard. He tried to throw the ball forward, and they're going to say, is it going to be an incomplete pass? It might be an incomplete pass. That could be good in all things considered for Cascade. If that's an incomplete pass, they're going to go back to the last spot, which is up at the 21-yard line.
And that's better than the 5 where it would have been.
Yeah, could be. And the official is going to say that's exactly the case.
Heads-up play by the punter to throw that at the very last moment, too.
So it goes over on downs. Well, you get a high snap. Boy, we've seen that all night tonight here for Cascade. And the Bulldogs will have it at the 22 of Cascade after it goes over on downs. 2:12 to go, and Cashmere can do a lot to put a
nail in
this one, for definitely sure. And no pun intended.
I wouldn't say that if Warnicka was maybe still in there.
But
they haven't looked, other than that first drive, Eric, that they can move the ball right now.
Yeah, absolutely. one of the assistant coaches for Cashmere, having a word with Kirk Lyons out there. Steve Simonson, longtime coach here with Cashmere, longtime basketball official.
One of the best.
Yep. Hope to see him out there on the basketball court coming up in the season 3 of this truncated weirdness that is COVID-19. Boy, won't it be nice not to even mention that?
Tell me
phrase.
about it, yes.
Mr. Newsman
Every
keeps
night.
track of every newscast that involves COVID-19 on the NCWLIFE Channel. So Sam Phillips still in there at quarterback here for Cashmere on a 1st down and 10 from the 22 after the incomplete on the
Good.
And now pressure, throw out the flat, the ball caught out there by McCabe. Boy, he's got a lot of room to the 10, to the 5, looking to the end zone. He's in. Touchdown, Cashmere. Looked like it was going to be nothing for Sam Phillips, but he throws it out in the flat, and Hunter McCabe takes it the rest of the way. 22 yards on the touchdown for Cashmere, and they now lead it 34-6.
What a great second read by Sam Phillips. He had all kinds of pressure. He was trying to go down the middle of the field, saw McCabe out to his left in the flat. Beautiful pass, 21-yard touchdown.
And blockers in front. And that's something Cashmere's had a great job tonight, all night long.
They have.
Anytime they've thrown downfield, they've got extra blockers downfield as well. Sanchez for the extra point with 2:02 to go here in the third, and the line drive kick is good. And we will take another 30-second break and come back. All Cashmere tonight here in the Pear Bowl. 35-6 our score. We're back with more right after this.
Take on the new year in a new Ford from Pat Armstrong Ford. From premium grade muscle to unparalleled performance. Take on any payload. The all-new 2021 Ford F-150 at Pat Armstrong Ford. Take on any adventure. Take on every thrill. The all-new 2021 Bronco Sport and 2021 Mustang Mach-E. Built to take on every resolution at Pat Armstrong Ford. We are community strong in East Wenatchee.
So Cashmere taking advantage of a high snap on the punt. That one play, 22-yard pass play from Phillips to McCabe. Extra point makes it a 35-6 ball game with 2:02 to go here in the third quarter. And Sanchez with the ensuing kickoff. High, short, end over end will bounce at the 20, get past Enlow. He'll finally retreat to pick it up at the 10. Dancing around, got trouble, and he is dropped at about the 13-yard line. Good run downfield by Luke Jacobson, as well as many other Bulldogs on the tackle.
Well, needless to say, Eric, this is Cascade needs a score, and they need it right here. With still in the third quarter, there still is a lot of time, but boy, they need something to happen right now.
It is a landslide in favor of the men in black right now for Cashmere, and nothing seems to be going your way if you're a Kodiak right now. First down from the 15, but there's never give up. Never give up in a rivalry game especially. No. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard reads. And this is a good opportunity for Braden Parton, the sophomore, to get his licks.
Absolutely.
Snap back to him here. Got pressure, throw it, hit as he got rid of the football. And driven to the deck by, guess who? Braden Weatherman again.
Wow.
And the ball incomplete.
He's shaken up too, Eric.
My goodness. Cameron Ostrom goes back and kind of picked up Parton and says, "Are you okay, buddy?" Second down coming up from the 15 after the incomplete pass stops the clock with 1:52 to go here in the third.
Totally clean hit by Weatherman. No helmet involved. Just a shoulder right in the midsection as Parton threw that.
So Parton got to be shaking a few cobwebs out right now as he stands 5 yards deep in the backfield here for Cascade. Sends a man in motion. They're going to pitch it out to that man who dances across the 15, 20, 25, out to the 30, and then he's being carried by the defense forward across the 35 to the 37-yard line. Interesting play for Brett Fraker, who had a convoy of black bodies in black uniform that were carrying him forward.
He had 22 yards out of that run. That's what the doctor ordered right there for Cascade. Kind of give him some momentum heading towards midfield.
Yeah, absolutely. And looking out there for Cashmere, we'll see if they're going to get some of the backups in as Sanchez will come in there. First down and 10 for Cascade from their own 37. Again, motion man. And Parton takes a high snap yet again. Gets away from one man. Dances around the corner to the 40. It's a foot race to the end zone. To the 20. To the 10. And he will dive into the end zone. Touchdown, Cascade. How about that?
You don't make up for it. You don't make any fast completions. You make up for it on the ground. A beautiful 37-yard run. It looked like Parton was down maybe just past the line of scrimmage and turned that into a touchdown.
Turned into a bar of soap out there.
Sure
just
did.
Slipped out of the grasp of so many Bulldogs, and then suddenly he squirts down the field for the touchdown. 63 yards, 64 yards on that running play.
Yes.
As it turns out, we see no give up.
That's right.
Minute 4 to go here in the third. Got a whole nother quarter to play. Get some confidence in that sophomore out there. Kodiaks look like they're going to go for 2 here, as they had a missed extra point earlier, trying to round up their score to 14 here. Parton probably breathing a little heavily. Well, not as much as you or I would be breathing right now.
I'd be having oxygen right now.
Snap back to him, fakes the handoff, rolls right, throws right. The ball is caught in the end zone, and yes, they're going to say the 2-point conversion is good. Coming up with a football down on the ground.
Pass is completed to Dylan.
Yeah, Caston Dillon with the catch.
Did a great job, too.
Yeah,
that was
did.
a low pass. Got down there, used his body, and made that catch.
Well, how about this? 35-14, not over yet, gang. Minute 4 to go. We'll be back after this 30-second timeout. You're watching the Pear Bowl on the NCWLIFE Channel.
By working together as a community, we can all play a part in promoting children's well-being and strengthening families. April is National Child Abuse Prevention Month. Shalane Douglas CASA is dedicated to supporting families and reducing the risk of child abuse and neglect. Join us in our community-wide Pinwheel project and help keep kids safe. If you suspect a child is being abused or neglected, please call 1-866-363-4276.
If you're a Cascade Kodiak grad watching this right now on the NCWLIFE Channel, you say, that away, boys. Way to stick with it. 35-14, 3-play, 85-yard drive. 50 seconds off the clock. Of course, the big 64-yard run by Parton. 2-point conversion makes it a 35-14 ball game. Ensuing kick is it's touched by 3 Bulldogs, and the Kodiaks scrambling
How
for
about
it.
that?
Cascade saying they got it. Let's see. The officials say no. It is going to be Cashmere football. How the Bulldogs came up with that one, I have no idea. They had 2 guys touch it and white jerseys all around, but somehow the Bulldogs come up with a football.
43.
So it will be Cashmere football. Several beanbags came flying on that. And I would say, Grant, that's pretty much an onside kick for the Kodiaks, and why not? You're trailing it 35-14, and why not try to do what you can to get that football back? And they nearly pulled it off.
I think that was the right call right there, Eric. Kind of caught Cashmere maybe off guard a little bit, too, didn't it?
Well, they certainly didn't have the hands team out there. So they got it at their own 42. Handoff McCabe again, and McCabe got better than 5 out to the 49-yard line. Gain of 7 yards. It'll bring up, well, let's see, they're going to start this possession at their own 43. So second down from the 49 coming up. Gain of 6 yards as the time winds out here in this third quarter. Cashmere's going to have to snap it one more time here before we run out of time in the frame. Sam Phillips under center here. Looks over a 5-man defensive front. Handoff again. McCabe, who's met at the line of scrimmage, but then just keeps the leg drive going across the 45 to the 44 and a first down. And that's going to be the end of our third quarter after a 7-yard run by Hunter McCabe. So the time will wind out here in quarter number 3, and it's Cashmere leading Cascade 35-14 here in the Pear Bowl. We'll come back with the fourth quarter after the 60-second timeout. You're watching the NCWLIFE Channel.
Save Mart is the place to go if you are in the market for home furnishings. They have rows and rows of sofas, love seats, recliners, and chairs, and a vast array of fabrics and colors. Name brands include Ashley, Best, and Stanton. With pictures, lamps, and tables to complement your new furniture, Save Mart is a one-stop shop. Save Mart offers 12-month special financing on approval of credit. Save Mart also offers free delivery, setup, and haul away in their service area. Serving the Wenatchee Valley for over 50 years. Located on North Wenatchee Avenue, or visit online at savemart.net.
Well, the officials didn't get the memo on needing a 60-second break between quarters. Cashmere ran a play, and boy, Jack Croce met with a fury of white jerseys for a loss on the play. Back to the 47 of Cascade. Loss of 3 yards on that play on first down. Again, our score here, 35-14 with 11:25 to go in the ball game. Cashmere on top, dominating here tonight, especially in this second half. Sam Phillips under center, send a man in motion, turn handoff McCabe. McCabe caught again in the backfield, and that's 2 plays in a row for Cascade by Cameron Barnes. The big fella coming up with the stop.
The nose tackles have played well in this game on both sides.
So that'll be back to the 40, just outside the 49 or 48-yard line, so loss of a couple of yards there. You had a score for Wenatchee against Royal tonight at the Apple Bowl?
Just over 6 minutes left, third quarter. Royal 42, Wenatchee 6.
Woof.
Yeah.
Boy, Royal is showing that they're not
Classes don't matter.
They're not only a 1A powerhouse, they're just a football powerhouse.
That's right.
So third and long coming up for the Bulldogs. See if they go to the air here or stick to the ground with a 35-14 lead. Sam Phillips wants to throw a screen pass.
Beautifully
set up well. McCabe comes up with it, got blockers in front to the 40, and then finally tumbled down at about the 34-yard line. Going to be enough for a first down. On a third and long, they come up with the yardage necessary to gain the first down.
That's another Bulldog.
And that was set up perfectly. They let the penetration from the defensive line come in, and the screen was set up on that right side with all kinds of wide open field.
First 15 yards on that pass play, and yeah, just set up beautifully for Cashmere as Sam Phillips just kind of drifted back, let the defensive line come, and set it up well for Hunter McCabe, who's had a great game tonight. Hernandez is a slot back to the right. Let's see if they send him in motion again. They will not. Phillips goes back to pass, looking left. Right-hander sets up, throws. The ball is incomplete off the hands of Nate Phillips, and getting smacked again back there. Sam Phillips was hit by Caston Dillon. Boy, that sophomore has really played well for Cascade.
He has played fantastic, and I think the brothers may have a conversation in the huddle on this one. That pass was beautiful again by Sam Phillips.
Our broadcast tonight brought to you in part by Highlander Golf Course and Grill. Enjoy your day at Highlander Golf Course. Reserve a tee time or plan a party in their indoor simulator. You don't have to be a member to dine in style. Give them a call today. Second down at 10 after the incomplete pass stops the clock with 9:48 to go here in the ballgame. 35-14, Cashmere on top at Cascade, getting a little momentum here. Handoff McCabe. He got away from one man, got away from two, and then hit by four more before they finally bring him down. Goodness gracious, he'll get it all the way to the 26. Hunter McCabe just refusing to go down.
What a run on him. What a pop by Cody Entlow from his strong safety position. And Hunter McCabe just kept those legs going.
So a gain of about 7 yards for McCabe on that one. They'll put it down at the 26 of Cascade. And, of course, Sam Phillips just doing all he can to just chew the clock here and use as much of that play clock as possible before he takes a snap from center. He will send Hernandez as a slot back to the left. He'll come in motion back to the right. Cascade jumping around off the defensively up front. Phillips finally takes a snap, and he'll just sneak it ahead himself and gain the first down yardage to about the 21.
Made that look easy for 6 yards on that carry. It's only his third carry of the night.
Wow. That's
hard to believe, isn't it?
That really surprises me.
Yeah, I know it.
And that's another Bulldog.
8:47 clock winds as they restart the clock after they reset the chains. We mentioned Cashmere came in after a win on opening night over Quincy, 38-9. Almost pulled off the comeback win against Moses Lake last week. 28-27, they lost.
They went for two, Eric, after getting back in it.
Again, Hernandez in motion. Turn, handoff. McCabe gets behind that big offensive line and then uses those big thighs to churn the yardage ahead inside the 20 down to about the 15-yard line.
The two left guard. Well, the left guard, Duke Odenreiter, and the left tackle, Cole Scott, opened that hole. Nice gain.
Hunter McCabe comes over to the sidelines here, and we're going to get a timeout taken by Cascade. We'll take a 30-second break as well. Come back. You're watching the Pear Bowl on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Wenatchee Power Sports not only has a new owner, but an all-new attitude to match. Speaking of attitude, check out the 2021 models arriving now. Polaris snowmobiles, ATVs and side-by-sides. Yamaha motorcycles, watercraft, ATVs and side-by-sides. KTM motorcycles and the latest edition Beta high-performance motorcycles. Coming this fall, a huge demo event featuring the latest and hottest off-road machines. It's all at the retuned Wenatchee Power Sports, where maximum performance is a way of life. 3031 GS Center Road in North Wenatchee, open Tuesday through Saturday.
Second down, about 3 yards to go for Cashmere as they have it just outside or around the 15-yard line. Turn and handoff. They got a backup running back in there now, and he's backing up as Cascade smelled that one out. The carry this time for Cashmere by Jordy Sanchez. Nothing happening on the left side. In fact, he lost a couple of yards. It'll be 3rd down and 5.
His first carry of the night.
Yeah, Hunter McCabe came over on the timeout by Cascade and looked like his night possibly could come to an end here. We'll see if Cashmere gets any more backups in the game here. Jack Croce will be a wide out wide to the right. He's over there along with Hector Hernandez. Phillips back, got pressure, and gets rid of the football somehow. It's incomplete, intended out in the flat for Miguel Sanchez. But a good job by Cascade. Boy, they have not shied away from getting pressure on Phillips tonight. Cameron Ostrom back there again for the Kodiaks.
Still a nice athletic play by Phillips. He had a receiver out there that time, number 14, who I think that's Lumen. Couldn't make the catch on that. No, it's not Lumen. Who was 14, Eric? It's Hernandez who was right there.
Hector. Well, I said McCabe might be done for the night. Now on a 4th down play, he comes back in. You said that he's been loving that 5-yard yardage on the running plays. Well, they got 4th and 5 here. See if they hand it to 44 again. No, we got motion first, so they'll back him up another 5. Hernandez went in motion, and then stumbling forward was Miguel Sanchez. And so another penalty, and boy, this has been a penalty-filled night here. 7 penalties, 80 yards against Cashmere here. Our broadcast tonight brought to you in part by Doghouse Motorsports, now featuring the full line of on- and off-road Husqvarna motorcycles, and by Sangster Motors. The American Challenge is on at Sangster Motors, home of the all-new Yukon SUV. Well, after they mark the penalty off, out to about the 22, it'll be 4th down, just about 10 yards from there. McCabe stays in the backfield about 6 yards deep. Phillips fakes the handoff to him, throws out the flat to Phillips. Nate with the catch and the run, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds around the 10-yard line. That's going to be enough for the first down. So the Phillips to Phillips connection works for a first down for Cashmere.
And what a block by Cole Scott again. I know we've mentioned him a lot. He sprung Phillips again for make that first down.
First down.
So it'll be first and goal for Cashmere. They'll put the ball at the 8-yard line. So 14 yards on that pass play from the 22 down to the 8. Jake Croce will split out wide to the far side of the field right here. McCabe stays in the backfield, and he'll get the handoff left side, and he puts a shoulder down inside the 5 to about the 4. Gain of about 4 yards there for Hunter McCabe, looking for his, second touchdown on the night rushing?
Second of the night, and that was his 20th carry of the game.
20th carry, so we'll see if they reward Hunter McCabe for some good play offensively here for Cashmere. Boy, who do you solo out on the line, either offensive or defensive for Cashmere here? They've had a great game all the way around.
I think Big Cole Scott has been just outstanding on both sides tonight.
Yeah. So Sam Phillips under center here on a second and goal from the 3.
Great
Handoff,
play.
counter play into the end zone. Touchdown, Cashmere. Miguel Sanchez will take it in.
3-yard touchdown run, Cashmere. They put the lid on this one. That's you know who is singing right now at this one.
41-14, our score was still 6.5 left in the ball game. Sanchez, who just scored the touchdown on a beautiful counter play, will now try to tack on the extra point with his foot after his feet carried him in for the 4-yard touchdown.
Well, that's exactly how a counter is supposed to look, just like that.
And again, great blocking up front for Cashmere. High snap, spot down, kick away, and it's good. We'll take a 30-second break and come back. 6:31 to go in this one. All Cashmere here tonight. 42-14, they lead Cascade. You're watching the Pear Bowl on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Highlander Golf Course is proud to announce their 2 new state-of-the-art full-swing golf simulators with over 80 courses of virtual golf to choose from year-round. Or try their Laser Shot simulated firearm program, or gaming with football, basketball, and much more. Enjoy Highlander food and drink service from their full-service bar and grill in the comfort of their simulator room. Call the Highlander Pro Shop to book your time at 884-4653. That's 884-4653.
Plays 57 yards, 6 minutes and 18 seconds off the clock. The 4-yard touchdown run by Sanchez. Extra point makes it a 42-14 game with Cashmere on top here in the Pear Bowl. Our broadcast tonight brought to you by Wenatchee Power Sports, featuring Polaris, Yamaha, KTM, and Beta sales, parts, and service. Also by August Edge Real Estate, your personal real estate agency with full service offered at just 2% listing fees. Looks like Sanchez has it teed up again for Cashmere at the 40-yard line as the Bulldog faithful rattled the stands. Actually, no, it wasn't Sanchez. It was Gennaro Reyna on the kickoff there that time. And a short kickoff is taken by the up man, Hunter Stutzman, and he will go down to a knee there. And that's where Cascade will have it, first down and 10 from the 25-yard line.
First and 10.
Well, Eric, you said it earlier. This is a good chance now for Cascade to really let Parton, the backup quarterback, kind of do his thing here with only a 6:28 left in the game, and just get him some experience out there right now. Not necessarily throwing those deep balls, but just some easier passes, maybe out in the flat or a screen pass or two, just to give him a little bit of confidence.
4 o'clock, JV.
Cashmere in charge here, 42-14. Hey, don't forget, we've got soccer for you coming up tomorrow from Wildcat Stadium in East Wenatchee, where the Eastmont Wildcats at 6-0 on the season take on the Wenatchee Panthers 5-1. The two teams met to start the season. It went into a penalty kick shootout, and Eastmont edged Wenatchee 4-3 in the penalty kicks. And so the rematch tomorrow, 1 o'clock kickoff right here on the NCWLIFE Channel. Don't miss that. Sebastian Moraga and Matt Wiesen with your play-by-play. Parton throws out the flat. The ball caught by Enlow. Gets away from one man across the 30 out to about the 33-yard line.
Exactly the kind of passes I'm talking about to let him get a little bit of confidence.
Gain of about 8 yards on that pass play out to the 33. Second down coming up here for Cascade. And you can see the more he's in there, the more snaps he takes, the more confidence he seems to feel out there. Braden Parton, 5'9", 165-pound sophomore, leading the offense here for Cascade after an apparent injury to Cole Warnica has taken him out of the game. Pitch left, it's Lumen around the end. He'll get a first down and more across the 40, 45, still on his feet into Cashmere territory, and he'll finally be taken down. They're going to mark him out of bounds actually just over the 50-yard line at the 49.
About 18 on that.
Exactly 18 yards to the 49 of Cashmere. See if the Bulldogs have some backups in there. I would imagine they would.
You know, Lumen has some speed out there, too. And Fraker, every time he's touched the ball, good speed.
Into the ball game for Cashmere comes Daniel Rosales, number 26. Also still out there for the Bulldogs is Colson Bruner. Some backups in, but not all. First down for Cascade. Ball on the Cashmere side of the 50. Parton sends a man in motion. Parton's going to keep it himself. Got good yardage. We saw him get away on one of these, and he's going to take it ahead for 12 yards and a first down for Cascade.
Nice run again. He's got 2 carries now, 25 yards. We had that long run, too. 63 yards. So 2 carries for 84 yards for Parton on the night.
Again, the average pretty good there. Finally out of the game for Cashmere comes Colson Bruner. Looks like they're getting the backups in, as they should. Cole Scott is still in there. They're going to pitch it to Lumen. He's got some trouble around the left side. As streaking over there to help on the tackles, Luke Jacobson for Cashmere. Short gain on the play. Brings up a second down for Cascade. They'll put the ball at the 36, so a gain of just a yard there for Lumen.
Bring up second down.
Again, postgame coming up here on the NCWLIFE Channel. We'll talk to Sam Phillips, and I think you're right. We should talk to Cole Scott as well, if we can get that message down to Coach Brian Bremer.
He just ran off the field, Cole Scott, so he should be good and rested for you, Eric.
All right.
I think that'll probably be it for him tonight.
Collect his thoughts. Alex Flick into the ball game. Comes wide right, now goes wide left. I think he was maybe on the wrong side of the field. Second down and about 9 yards to go here for Cascade. And Parton back, throws over the middle, ball almost intercepted back there. This time for Cashmere, it was Jonah Gross who stepped in front, nearly picked that ball away. It'll be third down coming up from the 36.
3 for 11 now for Parton on the night, passing and an interception.
Well, you mentioned that Cole Scott was out. Now he's back in.
So much for collecting his thoughts for you, Eric.
Scott has had a busy night both on the offensive and defensive lines here for Cashmere. Third down, 9 yards for Braden Parton and the Kodiaks. Looking deep right. Boy, beautiful pass. It's overthrown everybody, but we're going to get a flag down. Defender was battling with the offensive man. Now, a reminder in high school football, it doesn't have to be a catchable ball. If there's contact, they will throw the flag, and that was certainly the case there. As Enlow was battling downfield against Cashmere's Jack Grossi.
And it was just a hand on the back is all that was, too, and that's all it takes.
Well, if they determined that was enough to cause the receiver to fall down, then the penalty is assessed. 8 penalties now and 95 yards against Cashmere. They'll put the ball at the 23 of the Bulldogs. Half the distance variety. Fake the handoff does Parton. Looks over the middle. Throws. The ball is caught down there. Nice
throw.
job inside the 5 to about the 4-yard line. Caston Dillon comes up with a football, and that was a strong throw from Braden Parton.
Really was. First catch of the night for Caston Dillon, and it goes for 18 yards, and now Cascade in business once again at the 5.
Well, they've been looking for him all night long.
Yeah, they have.
And finally connect over the middle on a very strong throw. They'll put it down at the 5-yard line. So as Grant mentioned, a gain of 18 yards. And Cascade looking to get on the scoreboard again and make this a little more respectable with 3:42 to go here in the ball game. Parton man in motion is Lumen. He looked to hand it to him, but then will just take it himself and then get slung down at about the 2-yard line. That was a nasty Caden Keogh coming over and slinging him down on the play. 2nd and goal coming up from the 2 after 3 yards on first down.
2nd and goal for Cascade.
42-14 our score with 3 minutes and 7 seconds left. Cascade looking to trip the end zone again for the 3rd time here tonight. Parton puts a man in motion and hands it to him, trying to get around the right side. Cashmere there, though, and will spill him down at the 2-yard line. Good job by the Bulldogs. And defensively that time, was that number 10, Jack Groschi, that got there again? Good job by him to be the last line of defense on the end there and keep him out of the end zone. He gets a gain of 1 down to the 1-yard line.
It's only the first carry of the second half for Cody Enlow after carrying it 4 times the first half.
Clock continues to wind. Sands in the hourglass of this Pear Bowl winding down here with Cascade looking at a 3rd and goal from the 1. Again, they fake the handoff. Parton rolling left, throwing right. The ball caught in the end zone. I think it's Lumen on the grab, and a touchdown from a yard out. And give credit to Braden Parton.
Absolutely.
The sophomore comes through with the throwing touchdown.
Got to pull for him there a little bit, too. And he waited, and he saw the pressure coming, and he saw Lumen in the end zone, wide open.
Well, again, we talked about this how many times. Not easy for a right-handed quarterback to roll to his left and then throw across his body into the end zone. So here comes the extra point attempt by Alonzo Johnson Vasquez. The kick is up, and it is through, and it is good. 42-21 our score. 2:10 to go here in the Pear Bowl. We'll come back after this 30-second timeout on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Football here at
Sure glad we went to Les Schwab.
I'm glad the baby's still happy.
Well, I'm just glad that along with tires, Les Schwab also does brakes, alignment, and a bunch of other safety services. I mean, if we had gone to a cheap tire store instead, I'd be a doggone wreck.
My thoughts exactly.
During the Les Schwab Spring Tire Sale, save up to $200 when you bundle select tires, wheels, and brakes. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Welcome back once again here to Cashmere High School, where the Bulldogs lead the Kodiaks 42-21 with 2:10 to go. The drive for Cascade. 10 plays and 75 yards. The touchdown pass from Parton to Lumen from a yard out, and the extra point makes it a 42-21 game. And now watch for the onside kick here from Alonzo Johnson Vasquez. He approaches.
Good one.
High kick. Boy, that's a good-looking onside kick fielded by Cashmere, and that should just about do us for the ball game here.
That's exactly a drop an onside kick. You want it to bounce after about 9 yards downfield, and that did exactly that.
That was beautiful for Alonzo Johnson Vasquez. Our broadcast tonight brought to you by Jeffers, Danielson, Son, and Aylward attorneys serving the Wenatchee Valley with the finest professional services since 1946. Also by Laura Mountain Real Estate, rated world's best real estate firm for the Wenatchee Valley in 2020. Well, is Sam Phillips going to finish this off here? Looks like he will. Stay out there for Cashmere. In fact, looks like the basically starting offense out there for Cashmere on 1st down and 10 from the 50. And a handoff to Hunter McCabe. He's tripped up at the line, but still is able to get about 3 yards on the carry for Cashmere. 2nd down coming up from the 47. As Cashmere started this one with 2:02 to go. Well, you got to feel good for the Kodiaks and for that sophomore quarterback put in an impossible situation against a hungry defense with the injury to your starting quarterback and guy who's been all-world for Cascade for 3 years now.
Yeah, he has.
In a starting position for the Kodiaks with Cole Warnicka going down tonight. And we just hope that he's able to come back and play the rest of the season. Of course, what's important for him is he's got a college future.
Right.
2nd down and 7 coming up for the Bulldogs. Ball right hash mark. Hernandez comes in motion. Phillips will turn, hand it to McCabe again. Hit hard. And, boy, there's been some thumping going on here tonight. Cascade this time coming up on the stop was Gavin Pulse. He's called his name a few times tonight. It'll be 3rd down from the 47, so no gain on the play. Grant will catch you up to date on our stats here to finish this one up as I head down to the field for a quick post game. We will not belabor the point. We will get as many things done as possible in the shortest amount of time because everybody has got their teeth chattering here tonight. Not a cold night. I'm sure the temperature's not bad. It's just the humidity. And hit hard in the backfield. And how about the play tonight all night long for Cascade by Caston Dillon, both offensively and defensively?
He has played well. He's been on a lot of stops on defense for sure.
Loss for McCabe on the 3rd down carry is back to the 48. Loss of a yard on the play. Thought maybe that should be it, Eric. Lost a little bit more than that, but that'll be it. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, and Cashmere will retain possession of the trophy that they have earned tonight with a 42-21 win over Cascade here in the Pear Bowl. Sam Phillips show all the way through. We'll try to get Sam on the postgame as well as the man who we said a lot about him tonight, Cole Scott, as well as Brian Bremer. They'll all join us on the postgame show coming up. Grant will have your stats as well. We'll take a 2-minute break and come back. You've been watching the Pear Bowl tonight here on the NCWLIFE Channel. Again, our final is Cashmere 42, Cascade 21. We're back after this.
Save Mart is the place to go if you are in the market for home furnishings. They have rows and rows of sofas, love seats, recliners, and chairs in a vast array of fabrics and colors. Name brands include Ashley, Best, and Stanton. With pictures, lamps, and tables to complement your new furniture, Save Mart is a one-stop shop. Save Mart offers 12-month special financing on approval of credit. Save Mart also offers free delivery, setup, and haul away in their service area. Serving the Wenatchee Valley for over 50 years. Located on North Wenatchee Avenue or visit online at savemart.net.
Take on the new year in a new Ford from Pat Armstrong Ford. From premium grade muscle to unparalleled performance. Take on any payload. The all-new 2021 Ford F-150 at Pat Armstrong Ford. Take on any adventure. Take on every thrill. The all-new 2021 Bronco Sport and 2021 Mustang Mach-E. Built to take on every resolution at Pat Armstrong Ford. We are community strong in East Wenatchee.
JDSA Law is a proud sponsor of these local sports broadcasts. They've been serving North Central and Eastern Washington since 1946. For over 70 years, their team of dedicated professionals has delivered quality, innovative legal services. JDSA Law partners with you to provide the finest legal advice and support as you navigate your personal and business challenges, risks, and accomplishments. At JDSA Law, they salute our local athletes and wish them well on another excellent season of competition.
At Earthwise Pet, we take an all-natural approach to wellness and nutrition. Our professional certified groomers were trained by the best in the Pacific Northwest. Our staff here at Earthwise Pet are all certified in pet nutrition. We are here to help you select the perfect food, supplement, and anything else you may need to make sure your pet is living its best and most healthy life. Earthwise Pet, Nutrition Center and Wellness Spa. Online or in the store, we are here for you.
Wenatchee Power Sports not only has a new owner, but an all-new attitude to match. Speaking of attitude, check out the 2021 models arriving now. Polaris snowmobiles, ATVs and side-by-sides. Yamaha motorcycles, watercraft ATVs and side-by-sides. KTM motorcycles and the latest edition Beta high-performance motorcycles. Coming this fall, a huge demo event featuring the latest and hottest off-road machines. It's all at the retuned Wenatchee Power Sports, where maximum performance is a way of life. 3031 GS Center Road in North Wenatchee, open Tuesday through Saturday.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you get 35 years of experience and customer service in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's friendly staff strongly believe in repairing before replacing and service all major brands of HVAC units. Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning is your local, independent, trained comfort specialists, proudly serving all of North Central Washington. Call 884-6444 today.
All right, Grant Olson back here at Cashmere High School, where the Cashmere Bulldogs have defeated the Cascade Kodiaks by a score of 42-21, and this the 30th Pear Bowl played between these two Upper Valley teams. We'll take a look first at the winning Cashmere Bulldogs stats for the game, and boy, what a night for the senior running back Hunter McCabe. Had 22 carries for 84 yards and a touchdown on the night. Sam Phillips carried it 3 times for 17 yards. Jordy Sanchez, 1 carry, -2 yards. Hernandez had 2 carries for 5 yards, and Sanchez also 3 carries, 3 yards, and a touchdown. On the ground for the Cashmere Bulldogs, they end up with 109 rushing yards. Now through the air, quarterback Sam Phillips, what a night. 4 touchdowns through the air for the senior quarterback. He goes 10 of 23 for 192 yards and those 4 touchdowns. The big receiver on the night was Harrington, who had 4 catches, 108 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Also, Hunter McCabe ends up with 2 catches for 35 yards and 2 touchdowns as well. So Cashmere, 109 yards rushing, 192 passing, and that's a total of 301 yards for the victorious Cashmere Bulldogs. We will take another 2-minute timeout, and we'll come back and take a look at more stats. In fact, let's just head down right now to Eric Granstrom with a couple of Cashmere players.
Building. It's in our blood. Building something out of nothing. It takes heart, grit, and hard work. At One Way Construction, our crew is our family. With decades of contracting experience and our in-house design team, we bring a unique perspective to building. We know that if
we're talking with Sam Phillips and Cole Scott joining us here on the postgame show. Sam throws for 4 touchdowns tonight, picks off another couple of balls. You guys talked about how important ball security would be. That was a huge difference tonight, don't you think?
Yeah, for sure. Really paid off too.
So talk about this game, and you know, it seems momentum. There was a few momentum swings in that first half of play. Cascade took their first possession right down the field. What did you guys say after you fell behind early?
I mean, coming into Cascade, it's always a big deal. You know, a lot of pride. They came out really strong. We were ready for a big fight. We didn't expect anything less, but they kind of punched us in the mouth at the beginning, but then we kind of got them back. So we found our momentum.
Yeah, absolutely. 4 touchdown passes tonight. I think we only had you for 190 yards passing, something like that. But you guys certainly found the recipe that worked for you, didn't you?
Yeah, our receivers did really well. Found some blocks and then just got down the field. So, yeah, it was a good effort by those receivers.
How about your offensive line tonight, too? I thought they did a pretty good job of keeping you upright.
Yeah, they did a great job. I didn't get banged up too much.
Let's talk to one of the big fellas that was doing double duty on both sides of the football, Cole Scott. Well, congratulations, young fellow. We called your name quite a bit tonight. Talk about your defense. After you guys gave up that first drive to them, it seemed like you just almost made a statement, at least on the field you did, that, okay, we're done. That's it.
Yeah, our defense has really good leaders on it, and after, like Sam said, we got kind of punched in the mouth on the first drive. We really picked it up, and decided to get it together and kick it in gear and make a statement back.
Of course, them losing their quarterback with an injury, it appeared on a high snap and a dive play. I didn't see exactly what happened. Did you see what happened there?
I don't know what happened either, to be honest with you. I don't think any of us do. He was just out. We knew he got injured and banged up.
Give credit to their sophomore quarterback for coming in, but you got to hang on to the trophy here. The player of the game. Okay, I was going to say, Sam Phillips, congratulations. Yeah, 4 touchdown passes and 2 interceptions. Let's talk about those 2 picks. One, you almost brought all the way back. Yeah. What happened? I thought you were going to get in the end zone there.
Yeah, that one of our players tipped it up, and I got it. I just made a read and caught it, but almost got there.
So we said this was going to be a game of quarterback play, you versus Cole, and unfortunately, whatever happened to him, I'm not quite sure, but the momentum seemed to certainly swing when he was not in the game in that second half especially.
Yeah, we just tend to feed off big plays, and those 2 really helped us, so we just fed off that and kept moving the ball.
I want to talk to Cole here about the importance of getting that trophy back to you guys in the, 28 games now. You've won it 19 times, including tonight. So what's that mean to you guys to get that back?
It's a big deal. I mean, the school's been missing it for almost a year and a half now, so it's really special to have it back in the school and be on showcase for us.
Well, congratulations on the big win here tonight.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
Cole Scott joining us here along with Sam Phillips. We'll take a break and come back, talk to Brian Bremer. Coming up next is the Cashmere Bulldogs win the Pear Bowl back. 42-21 the final. We'll be back with more right after this.
My name is Brian Thorpe. I own Global Car Care in Wenatchee and have been here for about 25 years.
Brian started Global Car Care as Brian's automotive alternative on Orondo Street.
Some customers were following Brian since Brian's automotive time.
No, we're just grateful to be part of this community. This is where I grew up. We want to do our part to be a valuable part of this community. We want to thank you for trusting our business for 25 years.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you get 35 years of experience and customer service in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's friendly staff strongly believe in repairing before replacing and service all major brands of HVAC units. Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning is your local, independent, trained comfort specialists, proudly serving all of North Central Washington. Call 884-6444 today.
Well, the Cashmere Bulldogs win back the trophy they lost a year ago. Talking with Brian Bremer, now the head coach of the Cashmere Bulldogs, after they beat Cascade 42-21. How's that sound for you, Coach?
Yeah, that's a fun one. Just so proud of these kids. We got kicked in the teeth early. They took it to us, and so just really fun to watch those kids respond to a little bit of adversity. And, I thought that might happen early. I think that we had a little bit of jitters and maybe played a little too angry of what happened last week against Moses Lake. So once the kids settled down, it was just fun to watch them play.
Talk about that adjustment in game. Was it just sticking with what you needed to do both offensively and defensively, or was it an adjustment?
Yeah, there was honestly no adjustments. It was really just getting our kids to calm down a little bit, understand that it's just a game, and again, hats off goes to those kids. We wouldn't be here without this 16 seniors and their ability just to put things behind them and move on. But again, we struggled offensively and struggled defensively in the first 8 minutes of the game. And then all of a sudden, our guys just, really decided and just made the turn.
Well, Sam Phillips certainly seemed to have the recipe tonight. 4 touchdown passes. He comes up with 2 interceptions as well. You talked about how important ball security would be. You don't give it up. You take it over 3 times. That was the difference in the game.
100%. And again, Sam wants to open it up, wants to throw the ball a lot, and that's just not our identity this year. We are a ground and pound smash mouth football team. But we're not going to beat our heads against the wall with the team that's going to put 7 or 8 guys in the box. And so really fun for him. And again, you can see it just smile through his helmet, through his mask, every time he gets that play call, in which we're getting back to our old system where he's in the pistol and he's able to run and gun a little bit. But yeah, he played outstanding, not only offensively, but like you said, defensively. Had some huge stops. Obviously had those 2 great plays. Again, hats off to that kid.
Well, and your offensive line really settled in after a little rocky start there, and that's why we had Cole Scott over to represent both offensively and defensive line. You guys were just in the backfield all night defensively. Talk about that line play, and Hunter McCabe just got stronger and stronger as the game went on.
Hunter McCabe, I tell this to Hunter, our 44, every day. He's a dude. Like you said, he gets stronger. We get to the back end of practice, and he's just getting started, and that's when we just feed him and feed him and feed him because he just goes and goes and goes. But like you said, up front, we felt like we were the better team up front. We really did. Again, that's kind of what our strong suit is this year with how many seniors we have. You know, Colson Bruner's 74, who played an outstanding game as well, offensively and defensively. I mean, he's a stud. And so, yeah, I mean, once we settled in, got to our smash mouth ways, then sets up play action passes, then sets up other things. So again, fun to see.
We're used to seeing hard hitting when these two teams get together. There were some definite pops going on there tonight. I don't know what happened with Cole Warnica. It was sad to see him go out, actually, because we knew this was going to be a game that really rested on his shoulders. But that gives credit to your defense for I mean, they took him out of the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel terrible for that kid. I really do. My heart feels for him. Again, this is a game you circle, and how long has both teams really had this game circled in their calendar? You know, it's been 518 days since we played a football game at Cashmere Football Stadium. 518 days. And to think about that we have this opportunity to play Cascade, for the Pear Bowl, and then he's not able to finish the game. Again, I feel terrible for that kid. But again, like you said, they run their quarterback a lot of quarterback ISOs, quarterback sweeps, different things like that. So, we were really keying off number 12, and I feel bad for the kid, but yeah, defense was bringing it.
42-21 the final. You get that trophy back. Yeah. What's that mean to you?
Means a lot. It means a lot not only to me, but it means a lot to these kids in this community. Again, it's a trophy that's been out of our trophy case, out of our school for a long time, being with the COVID year. Yeah. It's not 365 days. It's about about 5-10. That's a long time where you walk by that trophy case every single day and you don't see it, and that hurts. Not only hurts you, but hurts the community and hurts your kids. So again, just proud of these kids, the way they played and the way they fought, and we're happy to put that trophy right back in its place.
Well, congratulations, Coach. Thanks for hosting us and rolling out the red carpet for us. We appreciate it.
Welcome anytime. Go Dogs.
All right, there you go. Brian Bremer joining us here on the postgame show. That's going to wrap it up for our teeth-chattering community here in Cashmere tonight, where our crew has been fantastic once again. Thanks to Josiah Davison and Levi Day and Marianne Granstrom, my better half. Dan Kuntz, our line producer here. Tucker Wagner running the van, and Malcolm Whitehall back in the studio. For Grant Olson, I'm Eric Granstrom. Again, the final here in the 28th version of the Pear Bowl. It's Cashmere winning it 42-21. Have a good night, everybody.
Counterplay inside, picking his way back to the 10, to the 5,
Thanks for watching High School Sports on your home for local high school sports, the NCWLIFE Channel. Today's broadcast was brought to you by August Edge Real Estate, Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, Confluence Health, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, Doghouse Motorsports, Global Car Care, the Highlander Golf Course and Grill, JDSA Law, Laura Mounter Real Estate, Les Schwab Tires, One Way Construction, Pat Armstrong Ford Lincoln, Save Mart, Sangster Motors, Wenatchee Power Sports, Earthwise Pet, and Chelan Douglas Casa. Stay with us all year long for high school sports on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE Channel. We now return to regular programming already in progress.